Check this out. Little life of a boss play.
So you're very welcome to the R.A.P Music Podcast. It is December. This is podcast number 6 or 7. 6.
6, yeah.
So, we've been trying to make them sort of monthly, so that's pretty cool that we've managed to get this far. What we're going to be talking about tonight is obviously 2017 albums of the year. With me tonight are Conor and Declan Maguire. And Dónal Daly, you know that already, as you're obviously a long-term fan if you've come this far.
Appreciate it.
So, what we're going to kick off with then is we just want to make very brief mention of the fact that Malcolm Young passed away. Rest in peace, Malcolm. Well, rest in power. I've seen a lot of people resting, people giving him a minute's noise. You give people a minute's silence, people making a minute's worth of noise for him and stuff. So, that's just fucking crazy. I think we all saw it coming, but it still wasn't fucking nice.
Still a shame. Yeah.
In the year that we also fucking lost Chris Cornell, which was a real kick in the balls.
Yeah, luckily enough, we covered
Chester
that.
Bennington was this year?
That's right, yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. That was bonkers though, that one. I like the way Mike Shinoda's come out already and said, I will not be fucking performing with a Chester Bennington hologram. You can stick that up your hood.
Good.
So, was 2017 the year that the Dio hologram went on the road?
Dio Disciples.
What was the story with that? So it was the Dio Disciples band and the hologram then?
Yeah.
I've always said that I would go to one of them, but my problem with it always is just do people expect me to pay the same sort of prices, or even more if the technology is that complicated? And to transport it about, and also tickets might be dear. The fuck?
Surely it should
Surely it should be like a tenner. It should be like twice the price of a cinema ticket to see something like that.
It's not really,
and because they don't need fucking top level musicians, just get a load of fucking session boys and just fucking sling them up there. There's no point fucking getting Viv Campbell and all. Them boys are going to be talking big bucks. So if you want to get this hologram thing off the road, that's the way I think they need to go with that. I will go. I'd love to see a fucking for 15 quid. I would go and see a fucking hologram Jimi Hendrix even the hologram, the whole hologram band, no live musicians. I would watch that shit. Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding fucking laying it down. I would most definitely go and see that. But as I say, they can't be expecting us to shell out fucking U2 ticket prices to go and see a fucking what's essentially a movie.
True.
Only unless, I'd be interested to know unless they're probably going to compensate the missing element of Dio and maybe replace it with something else that might fit that price tag. Don't know.
I've never looked into it because it's never come anywhere near us, has it?
Nope.
As far as I know, no.
But so 2017 as a whole, in terms of music, is I don't know, things are pretty thin on the ground. I thought I didn't think that there was anything. Well, there was a couple, but we weren't fucking. Our socks weren't knocked off too often.
No, socks firmly stayed on.
Obviously we've got our album of the year. We'll be talking about that, and that was a jaw dropper, and there was some fucking fantastic efforts. But I don't think anybody redefined their career this year. I'm looking at my albums here, and maybe one of those bands I would say it was a career definer, but.
I don't know. This is the
big band. What big bands put out really good albums this year? Album of the year accepted. Tell me quickly without thinking about it.
Again, my big bands though.
Yeah, but there was no Megadeth, there was no Metallica, there was no fucking Testament, none of the fucking stalwarts were putting stuff out. Where were Def Leppard? They're still trying. Is there an Aerosmith album coming out? What has been going on from those guys? Rush are completely done now as well.
Yeah.
That came out this year. That was fucking shitty. I'm not the world's biggest Rush fan, but I've always figured someday I'll get into them. It's just because they're one of them really dense prog bands. It's not just you fucking pick up the greatest hits and then next thing.
You're set.
Yeah, it's going to take till we're fucking 35 probably to appreciate it. But
no, the problem this year is, as you're right, there's a cycle with a lot of the bigger bands. They take more time, so obviously in between this, you're stuck with the on the festival card. That's the other tent, the other stage worth of bands that are out this year.
Yeah.
So if
good way of looking at it.
That's the way I look at it.
Is there anything here with really mainstream appeal? I don't know. Maybe you could argue Queens of the Stone Age had mainstream appeal, but then there's certainly issues with that album as well. We'll talk about. Prophets of Reeves, I felt should have been probably a bigger deal.
If you're using that term mainstream, then the only other bigger one I would think of is we actually discussed before this would be Royal Blood.
Royal Blood, yeah, nobody's fucking talking about that album. Not
For a
one
reason.
person is talking about it. Now, I think sort of just intrinsically two of the tunes because they were just plugged that hard by BBC.
Yeah, they were on Samsung adverts and fucking everywhere.
Yeah, so it's I Only Lie When I Love You,
Yeah.
and is it Hook, Line and Sinker?
And Lights Out.
Lights Out, that's the one you'd know, but I also do really like Hook, Line and Sinker.
It is,
But
yes.
that album didn't have a Little Monster.
No.
I always say, right, and you can agree or disagree with me on this, but this is the way I like to think about it, is that Little Monster was No One Knows updated for a new generation. It was that sort of funky rock, but not quite balls out
Friendly
metal,
tune.
but accessible.
It's great
but,
live,
yeah,
as you know.
exactly, and really cool vocal. I fucking really dug
So
Little Monster.
does that mean then, because of time-wise, you saw them at the start of their tour this year, and I got to catch them near the end of their tour?
It must do,
Nowadays,
yeah. Well, I seen them backing up Guns N' Roses. You
Yeah.
seen them on tour, like.
Yeah.
So, but nobody's. It doesn't matter when we fucking seen them. Nobody's talking about that album. They're
No.
just not. So overall, what I'm sort of thinking is, I don't know if it's just the blogs that I'm following, or when you be watching stuff like Banger TV or whatever. But
Oh, thank God, Sean.
there's a fucking a lot of the stuff that all these guys talking about is like, suicidal, depressive black metal, and atmospheric post rock, and it's like.
Yeah, because all the grown-ups
There's
are
a
away working
lot
on
of
yeah.
extreme stuff that's happening, but like I don't buzz off any of that shit. And are we really now at a stage where it's just like all the metal the critics are going to be discussing is like this real, completely inaccessible stuff, and that's not going to help metal's image problem. That we're all just fucking these wee fucking dark, suicidal, depressive nerds.
No, it's
Paint a black bedrooms.
No, it's a cycle. It's a cycle.
Yeah,
give
but
it.
this
give it
is
time.
what I mean. What I was going to say is, if you fucking turn back the clock 10 years, we are neck deep in the sort of classic rock revival that was happening. We had The Answer pumping out a Led Zeppelin style sound. We have Blackstone Cherry pumping out a Leonard Skinner style sound. Exactly the next band I was going to say. Airborne were on fucking tour with the Stone Gods. Does it get any more classic rock than that? We had Motorhead dropping, I think, good albums around that.
Probably, I think that was
as
their
well.
16th one.
Yeah, well, look, I don't know
Aftershock,
numbers.
I
I
think, was,
certainly don't know fucking names,
Yeah.
but I seem to recall Steel Panther brought the 80s back.
Oh yeah.
So that's, as you say there, a bit of cycle. I mean, is it going to take 10 years to come back? What the fuck's going to happen? Because if that's the way the winds are blowing, what labels are going to be looking to hand out money to these sort of bands? These bands aren't going to headline festivals, so we're going to keep going with these old fucking dinosaur bands. And I worry, Conor. You know me.
You worry
about the state of things. And none of those, like, I didn't fucking catch. And I do
take risks.
every so often, I check out something that's really fucking crazy, like death or black metal, just to see, just to remind myself that I fucking hate it.
Worrying aside, now what we seem to be worrying about is probably what other people don't really worry too much about. When we take the concept.
Well, this is
of
big
looking at-
picture.
yeah,
This is
big picture for
time.
us. But we look at this when we task ourselves to look at albums of the year. When we think of albums, for me, there's a percentage about. If you've got 10 tracks and 8 of them are fucking blinding and 2 of them are a bit shit, I'm still like, that's a great album.
Yeah.
It has to be a good, solid album. But yet again, there's probably a couple of random tracks from some bands this year that have been great. So music scene overall, it's going along well enough, but album scene is fucking shite.
And we do like our albums,
We love
maybe,
our
so
albums.
I suppose. But then, that's what you're getting. We never make any bones about it. I never made any bones about it in my radio career. I'm saying, look, I'm playing you this tune because you should listen to this album.
Oh god, yeah.
That's basically it. And sometimes as well,
I think the business model has changed in a way. People
You can pump a symbol.
music out different
Yeah,
ways.
it's quicker to.
what is the business scene like for metal at the minute? Like, I don't know. There's obviously no major fucking labels hunting out though. So the Bandcamp model. But if you like your underground stuff, and I go every so often and look for some like good stoner rock, nice jammy bands like Ruby the Hatchet and shit like that. So, that's I think self promotion is the only way. One of the albums I'll be talking about, Why Does She Sleeps, was completely self financed. That was all raised, crowdfunding.
You've got the reins here, so you work away. Let us know what you've got there.
I suppose we better start on one of better albums was that While She Sleeps record. So let me paint the picture for you. While She Sleeps were like
Take me there.
well, not just you. I mean, we do have 7 or 8 listeners. So I don't know if they're completely up to date on While She Sleeps or not. So,
usually, so.
But this is going to be a crash course. While She Sleeps 101. They were what I would call an average metalcore band, right? Just like sort of screamo. Well, not screamo. That's the wrong word. But just like screamy vocals.
I think we've already lost one listener there.
Yeah,
me.
So. But the hype train got them because they're English and they're from Sheffield.
That seems to be a golden ticket, isn't it?
Old school, working class British areas has produced, that one band that everybody likes.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, the term working class does not describe them at all.
These guys,
It doesn't work.
no, but I'm talking about that vibe of the place that they come from. So like I was saying, trying to draw the parallel to Sabbath there, like. So that's what I'm saying. That sort of idea of a band coming from that sort of black country of England. But then the hype train, I never felt that they were as good as the hype built them up to be. There was just the media being like, "Oh my god, here's a British band. Let's fucking hype them up so bad that they definitely feel, just doing that fucking classic English thing."
Yeah.
Exactly like they do the fucking football team all the time. But then they fucking cut ties with whatever label or was releasing their first 2 albums.
He's a relapse or something?
No, it wasn't relapse. It wasn't anybody big. I don't think. I could be completely wrong. I don't take too much notice of labels. Just. But then they got on Pledge Music, crowdfunded it, fucking built their own little warehouse studio, with the funds from that.
From mummy and daddy's pockets, from some other kids pumping it in.
Well, do you know what I mean? But
No, you mean
I still think the Pledge model is far better than the. You know what I mean? Because like people know you know what you're paying for. Like, I mean, there's no bones about it. If you want to fucking spend £100 buying the guitar strings off this album, fine. I say go for it. But
I actually do like seeing that shit.
So they had concerts down there. One of their videos is filmed there and stuff. So it is pretty cool. But this album is just awesome. I fucking loved it. I'm sure I raved about it on the podcast before. But we're a band where we're just a bit too full on, a bit too fucking shit naughty metalcore band. But they fucking pump the brakes a little bit for this album. There's a lot more clean guitar work, there's a lot more clean vocals, but there's a lot of like really fucking big massive gang vocals and loads of stuff that's primed to be shouted back at them at a festival, like going mental.
Dare we say dynamics?
Steven drunk. Dynamics, yes,
I
thank you. And
Radio bingo every time.
But it hasn't. We'll see when they fucking rip it out and he screams, like he's probably talented vocalist, like, and they're just. I think they've really nailed the nice balance between. In metalcore, a lot of people like to forget that the core stands for hardcore, as in hardcore punk, and they've really had a nice balance. It's fucking well put together, it flows well. Yes, there is an Ollie Sykes guest vocal, which I think falls a bit flat compared to the rest of the tunes, but we certainly forgive them that because I'm sure that has like millions of views on YouTube. So
yeah, someone likes it.
You can't fault them for fucking doing that. You really can't, especially not when the rest of the album's that good. So definitely have to say, and being self-produced as well, I always get antsy. I'm like, oh my god, they are going to cock this up. You need somebody in there holding the reins, cracking the whip, being like, listen boys, I'm sorry, but that really shite part has to go.
Yeah.
Right? That's what he fucking does. So always a worry, but they fucking nailed it. I really fucking love this album. Absolutely 5 stars. I'm not afraid to give a full like if I have enjoyed an album this thoroughly, I'll give it 5 stars and not give a fuck. Like, super good. I think my favourite song is probably Hurricane. It is really, really good. Nice sort of haunting, clean intro, fucking. Then the gang vocal builds, and then they're just fucking they drop the hammer on the riff, and I fucking really love it. All the breakdowns are fucking class. There's loads of bits, as I say, they're just going to be stand up and shout back at them at festivals, and I think that was severely lacking this year. So
well, yeah,
big into that. Like, so, While She Sleeps, You Are We, 5 stars from me, no doubt.
Fuck. Cool.
There is one. If you haven't, you just need to.
All right, okay. I didn't expect you to jump off sort of a 5-star one. Fuck. Well,
these are what I'll be talking about tonight. Like, these are the main ones are like the albums of the year for me. I'm not going to be talking about albums that were shite. Apart from, we're all going to do our disappointments of the year a little bit later on.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Oh, I'm buzzing to kick this album in the teeth again.
Same.
So, Connor, hit me. What were you listening to this year?
This year's been busy.
You see, you've got a nice list of over 30 there.
Yes. Right, but I had to do, because I go OCD with this crack. As I said to you before in the messages, I needed the Doc Brown fucking blackboard work this one out. So my system goes a bit OTT, OCD, whatever the fuck. So yeah, I picked 30 out of the albums I've listened to this year by going backwards through YouTube and Spotify and stuff.
I never thought to do that. Digital analytics, the digital marketer here should have probably thought about that. But I don't use Spotify. Is 2018 the year that I have to get over myself and get Spotify? Like?
Yeah, because the quality of YouTube is shit compared to Spotify. So yeah, that's the main reason. So you can hear it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so again, back onto this. I simply went through all of them as I went through the last few weeks and marking them out of 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10 for each one. Well, not
tried
10
and
for each one.
Tried and tested system.
It is indeed, and to be honest,
can't wait to see how you fuck it up.
I haven't fucked it up. I've gone through, and to be fair, the low there is a 1 out of 10, which is beyond.
That's
horrendous.
your disappointment of the year.
That is the disappointment of the year. We'll get to that.
We're going to do our riffs and solos and songs and little individual bits of the year in a little bit, but we're just going to talk about albums as a whole for a while.
Yeah. Well, I've run through. I can give you a kind of a sample of some of the bands that came up on this list here. Beyond the obvious here, there's things like Alcoholica, which I think I plugged in one of our previous podcasts.
Them yet.
Out of nowhere, the whole thing about them was that they only started off as a Metallica tribute band and then started making their own tunes. So off the back of that, just going, so what's it going to sound like? It's just a Metallica rip-off or
I was
something.
just about to ask what's their style.
It's more like kind of like Volbeat kind of stuff, and it's got its own wee kind of twist on it. I give that 8 out of 10.
Nice. I haven't listened to them.
It's catchy. I've got memorable tracks under the Access Tonight and Mr. Pain. Great songs off it, and as I said, it's great for driving with as well.
Yes,
and the production's great. There's great wee bass moments and stuff every so often, which is kind of lacking these days. Without, well, again, bass moments.
I was actually going to bring this up later on. I will fucking I find a bass player who's
all right.
Don't you worry.
Don't you worry. Right. I gave another look back at some other bands like Great White, which again I usually would have followed because of drummer and stuff, but fuck, it was dire. 2 out of 10. Couldn't deal with it. The Quiet Riot's new album as well. I sat down and listened. I thought, here we go. Is this going to be like Mental Health 2 or something? Or fuck, it was
no.
A
lot of those 80s bands though, but
no.
there was a great Rat album a couple of years ago. I'll say that much.
Well,
That's a resurgence.
But yeah, 2017 didn't have any of that.
2017 didn't really have that. I'm going to have to post a full list online for people to see.
We'll do some Spotify lists and shit after the show.
There's no real massive standards, no real awkward. I mean, Danzig's album, Black Lady Crown, I was never really a big Danzig fan.
I'm not, so
I stuck it on, expecting, here we go, see what happens. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it. There's some great vocal work on it. To me, honestly, there's a production, it sounds like they recorded the vocals somewhere else. I put it over the guitars and everything, it just sounds a wee bit odd. So that's why I gave it a lower score.
Duff production?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, it kind of works for Danzig stuff. I don't expect
I don't
it to be
even know
polished.
who Danzig really is, apart from that tune Mother, so...
Well, as far better than
something
that pish. The only big surprise out of the whole list really was let's check out Havoc's new album, Conformicide. And I was expecting, here we go, it's going to be brutal thrash, it's going to be heavy, there's going to be a lot of riffs and solos. No, I don't know what the fuck happened. Someone must have dropped them a note when they were recording this and goes, yeah, we like your bass player very much and we want him to be present in basically every moment of this album. It just seems weird. It's completely different. It just doesn't sound like... I don't know, it's like...
Havoc or thrash
band. It's like having all of the Slayer albums and then the next album you're going to hear Tom's bass flat out. You know what I mean? No, it just doesn't work for him for some reason. I'm going to hold off to see if they bring out something else next time. But that was a bit of a kick in the deck, to be honest. I expected those lads to be...
Did they hook up with a new producer or something crazy?
I'll have to check it. They're from South America, so I don't really know too many things about them. So I'll have to check that out. We'd even mentioned even the Rax Brown. The singles and everything that we plugged were great, but overall the album, I didn't feel
super enjoyable.
But rest of the album wise, I just thought, you know what, it's a bit flat, and he's obviously worked hard on it, production wise, and all. It's great. Him playing the guitar is actually a nice surprise, and he is a good songwriter, but it just hasn't stuck with me. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting fucking Pantera 2. But
No, but
you think you've heard Down, you've heard Hell Yeah.
I think we were expecting a southern rock kind of.
I was expecting like COC 2 or something.
I would expect something groovy and something.
There's a wee bit of groove every so often, but you're sitting there going like. For me, I think he should have stuck just playing bass.
Bit middle of the road, is it?
Yeah, I think that's all it is. Yeah, he's a great singer.
What can he bring with his singing? That's what I'm interested in.
See, this what I'm trying to work out. Usually, someone if you'd expect if they're going to try singing for the first time, they're going to play bass as well.
Of a frontman, or
well, there's a good point. I don't think he's a great frontman with that voice. He's a great singer, but I don't see him as like a frontman kind of persona. Yeah. If they had maybe two lads singing the whole way through, it'd be a wee bit better.
I've not heard of it.
Yeah, if there was like
Alter Bridge, the switch and change between.
And then they can have somebody there who's got the big guns to kick the song into overdrive, and then Rex can just be there holding down the verses.
As I said, I'll put up the whole list up online now. There's just one stark thing on it. Going through the list, it's quite upsetting at one point that I gave Robert Plant 5 out of 10 for his new album, Carry Fire, but the band I only discovered about 2 days ago got 9 out of 10 for their album, and they are basically Led Zeppelin 2.
I am super psyched to hear them now.
Which is Greta Van Fleet. From the Fires, gave 9 out of 10. To me, again, because I don't know how it went under the radar for so long. I was only in discussion with someone.
Because we don't read magazines anymore.
I can't afford fucking magazines anymore.
Nor can I. I can't be affording magazines when their journalism's going to be so fucking shoddy. But I bet we would have heard of these guys before now if we had a little band of classic rock.
Definitely worth checking out. So Safari and fucking Black Smoke Rising. Jesus fucking Christ. That's the opening and the bookend of the album. Straight away you're sitting there going, right, okay. Those are the first 2 tracks I checked out. And you go on through it. It's Highway Blues or Highwayman or something, whatever the fuck. The video and all's out for it. Now, I would say their live stuff when you hear it isn't as impressive as the studio stuff.
Right.
So I can't completely suck dick as I go
But
along.
I have to let them.
Give me
a good studio album. Fuck it, give me it.
But definitely worth checking out. And
Greta Van Fleet. What's the album called? Sorry.
From the Fires.
From the Fires.
You'd actually like this. Their font and everything looks like the Stranger Things.
Oh yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
it's very good. Yeah.
So straight away, I was like, I like this. I feel comfortable listening.
No, just listening to the
sample.
Yeah, what tune was that?
Safari song.
I would just scored
that track.
Yeah.
Well, that's the opener off the album, so I'd definitely give that at least a solid 8 or 9 off the bat.
Not good. Okay.
That's the track I stuck on in the background without telling Declan here who it was, and in the middle of him talking, we kept turning what the fuck every so often. I just sat there with a big smirk face going, I know.
Yeah, it's Led Zeppelin.
It's Led Zeppelin, bitch. But it creeps you out. Now,
the other psyched to listen to it now.
Black Smoke Rising has a different vibe, more of a Rush vibe to it, more of a Geddy Lee vocal work going on.
Oh, okay.
So it does have
early Rush, working man Rush.
Yes.
Mm.
So
spur of the radio.
Any
Rush.
classic rock fan would be happy enough with it, and you'll probably fool a few people as well with it. So it's definitely a highlight for the year, and I've only found it about 2 or 3 days ago.
There's always time.
Exactly. There's always fucking time.
I did go.
Glad we waited to.
Now he can vouch for this. I even sent him a fucking message the other night telling him that I don't know. I'm looking through some of these things, and do you know what? I'm waiting for that one wee track or one wee moment to pop out that I might have avoided. Sort of, the message there, and then
I think
20 minutes later,
yeah. I think this is is there a couple of nice juicy 7-minuters on the album or anything?
No, nothing like that.
No,
straight. It's more things like Heartbreaker kind of vibe or things.
Right.
It's not going to be your 10 Cashmeres.
No. I'm not looking for 10 though. I'm looking for 1 or 2.
Do you know what? When you listen to it, it's coming.
Right. Okay.
Led Zeppelin come out off the bat, first album with all that kind of shit.
Okay, I see what you're
Let
saying.
it build.
Well, fuck, that actually has me super psyched.
Like in my head, like Steel Panther, I keep thinking one of these days they're going to do the over-the-top piano, like November Rain piss take song.
Oh,
but it's going to be fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
the
it's
big fucking thing.
Yeah,
so I'm still holding out for that.
No, I would well believe that's coming. With the money they're making now, there's finally the budget for these sort of things. So I'm thinking videos with helicopter shots, people in the Grand Canyon,
or like
people like that fucking statue in Brazil, Christ the Redeemer, all that. It's going to be crazy.
Lights and everything. Yeah. You
So-
want to see old man show.
Decky, you're quiet. What have you been listening to this
Well,
year?
I'm just listening to this. Do you know what? I don't have necessarily what I would like to bring to the table, which is my metal selections. I don't know if you know necessarily. I'm big into death metal as well. I'm
Right.
not particularly inclined, which is great though. It's good
Art,
to have
Art
the-
Spire, who put out a fucking banger of a record this year. It's a head melter. One of my favourite hobbies is now sitting down watching Art Spire playthroughs, you know, where they're just, it's pure tech death, right?
Right.
And it's like nothing else I listen to, but the vocalist
It's
has
not
like
good though. It's outside your
so the
comfort zone.
vocalist inhales, right? So they are death grunts. Oh, it's so far outside my comfort zone, like, but it's just so fucking motherfucking crazy. Like, it's literally the craziest fucking music I've ever heard. Like, see when you tell people you're into metal, like, no norms, like the look that they give you,
Yeah.
and in that second, their
They
mental
think they know
image of you. That is Art Spire. That's what they're hearing. It's like, right? So he's inhaling and death growling, but in like a super rapid fire, like scat rap style. Not hip hop at all, but I mean, just like it's a very, very fast vocal style.
Yeah,
And
that's always appealing. I know.
oh my fucking
See
god!
that.
And the bass player is sweet picking and tapping, and the guitarists are both playing down tuned 8 strings, and it's just, I can't really get past. This is the best way to describe it. It is so motherfucking crazy. That is just basically it.
Sold.
Art Spire. Great. The single I think is called "Involuntary Doppelganger." It drops into this bit in the middle, and it's like fucking super quiet, right? Clean classical guitar line, and then it just comes right back in. I think it's recorded at 350 BPM. Like, I mean, this is tech death for tech's sake, like, you know, technical, just because look at us, look what we can do.
Yeah.
And it's only
Tech
7 tracks long, because it's like, but it probably has about 34 tracks worth of fucking ideas just crammed fucking together. Yeah, get that shit in there. Get in there, you fat cunt. So, yeah, Art Spire, while we're talking about death metal, you should get on that shit.
Well, I like old school stuff as much as I like some of the current stuff. It's hard sometimes to really jump on board with new metal and the stuff that I indulge in, which is the heavy
So,
metal.
yeah,
death
if you're
metal.
in old school,
For new death
you
metal
probably
stuff,
hate
it's
Art
hard.
Spire then.
No, not necessarily.
That's-
Always,
Because it's digital and it's tech, and you can hear that everything's expensive.
But this
Well,
could be the one.
What's
This
that?
could be the one.
Oh, yes, maybe it is.
It could be. But no, this is the thing. Like, I followed Obituary's new albums. I've sampled most of it. Haven't actually got through the whole thing, unfortunately. So it's hard to give a true recommendation if there's stuff I've missed out. Right. Okay. So Obituary's put out a new album this year. I love old school Obituary. Back from the Dead. There's a few other tracks that I'm not.
Are they're one of the original Florida death metal bands, are
I'm
they?
not too sure where they
I'm
originally
not-
from.
Fact checks.
I tell you what though, they are just, man, so enjoyable, man. I'm talking about like strut music, you know. So as you're going from A to B, oh, there's Daggy, like, he looks like in a good form, like, you make me
Yeah,
feel like,
yeah.
but I am focused, following this tune.
Inside the headphones,
There's some
absolute
good timing.
chaos.
I tell you what, it just, for me, is a lot of people don't know this on listening to podcasts or watching videos and stuff, and I never mention it, but I play drums. I'm big into certain styles, certain slow, heavy metal anthems. And I like speeding it up too as well. But I've got my limits when it comes to playing music, right? But I love always challenging myself. Love double kicking. But again, Jesus, I'm always limited with that.
Decky
Anyway.
loves his double kicks, I
I
tell
do,
you.
do. So Obituary's put out
Don't
a
we
new
all?
album. Well, especially when it's done right. And so I'm going to recommend you listening to one track in particular. It's called "A Lesson in Vengeance." Fucking listen.
At the
to
title
the
alone.
title alone
that's a
is going to
death metal
intrigue
tune,
you,
isn't it?
right? It does, doesn't it? Right. Which it did for me. But no, I gave it the whole way through, man. I gave it a double tick because I'm going through.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to recommend. I want to drop it in there. But there's also a few other ones here as well. Before I carry on, End It Now. Another one. So end it there, right?
Yeah.
You can move on. Overkill, Grinding Wheel is what I want to look out for.
Oh god, yeah.
I don't think
Old school thrash, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
with
it's-
a
when
new
it's brought
with a
up
new
new-
school sound.
Nice.
And the new school sound, I'm on board with.
Me
So
too.
you have to progress. It's nice.
There's a
that they're
fucking
still
weight
around
to that
and
sound.
They're
It's
still relevant
impressive.
today. And you know what? With all the shit that's going on in the world, I'm glad to see that some good death metal, which is relevant, and a lot of people probably want to give it more of a listen. and maybe look into what these guys actually talking about, because it is hard to hear what they're actually saying. But that's the appeal. I can't remember the vocalist's name, but
For Obituary or
for Obituary.
Yeah.
But for me, it's appealing. It's strange. So it's like some people would not be so much into Megadeth because they don't like Dave Mustaine's style. But for others, it's like that's why I like it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's why I like Obituary. Right, I love his way of singing. Right, just gets you in that fucking mood. Right. Let's move on. My input for today is so we mentioned it there on the podcast about Spotify,
Mhm.
and I'm
Yeah.
a regular listener to Spotify. I think I've had it for 2 years now, and I've been looking through my library. I've been deleting stuff as well, making space, and I've got a couple of tracks here that it was weird when I compiled it. I was trying to find some good variation. I was starting off with some calm, relaxing music because lately that's what Decky's listening to.
None of that for us, Connor.
No, I'm telling you,
no,
but I
not
thought
for us.
Thrash.
But this is the thing. I thought I'd throw it in just to change the
Yeah, you
game.
might as well.
What's our main word? Dynamics.
Dynamics.
Oh, there you go. It's just right. So
Well, I'm gonna be talking about hip hop for a while later, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
with that being said, here's what I found during the year that I recommend. I've also, before I pass on, at least I've got something I do want to mention to do with music this year that I need to mention because I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, go
Which
ahead.
I'll remember later on. Okay, so here's my Spotify discoveries, and so I've called it the Calm playlist because I was about to start doing a metal playlist. And such and such, but no, I thought I'd just keep it in one here. Okay, so the first one I really want you to check out, and this is for moments when you want to be more sociable, you're in a good mood, and you just want to chill out. And this one's called Access to the Lawn Fields, and this is obviously on Spotify. Check out it's a live version, and from a group called these are all initials, so it's HUBA. That's the name of the group, and that's, the track is called Access to the Lawn Fields. It's a long track, but an enjoyable one. It's just you can listen to this progression. It's electronic music, by the way, so there's
The headphones.
genre of it. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Get
We
this-
like
this-
do the headphone album.
yeah, this one's for you, right? This one is just for you guys, so it's personal. No,
Thanks.
I mean like as
Yeah.
when I say that, it's just for you to listen to on your own, to chill out to, and then you're gonna probably pass it on. So hopefully this is
That's a good way
this
to
is a
put
good
it, yeah.
input. Keeping with that theme, there's also another track from that same group, but I thought this one was the best of it. But there's some other good ones to check out from these guys, so you might want to go to artists and check out other albums and such. So it's good electronic music. So
I'm sure this is going to be part of your playlist on Spotify at some point as well here.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
to
actually,
check
you know
out.
what? It's going to happen. So here's another track I'm just going to throw in. It's called Salad Days, and it's from an artist called Mac DeMarco. Just a nice little chill out tune.
I got a
little
nice curve of Mac
little-
DeMarco.
a little acoustic number. Nice vocals, just a nice calm and relaxing tune, like coffee music on the background. You know, it's just
Not
something
to
Yeah.
sound ignorant, but anything along the lines of like Rodrigo Gabriela, kind of just
nice.
laid back,
I don't know
kinda
enough of them,
player.
but
Okay.
no, it's not technical really. It's just
Oh,
the
right,
nice
okay,
chords,
good.
and it's just a nice sing
Slowly.
along. You could whistle to it, so it's
I like that. Whistle it, yeah.
You'd be sitting there going, "Oh, I want to get that wee song stuck in my head."
These came through your discovery kind of list, wasn't it?
No, I've assembled a list called Spotify Discoveries, and it's through just it being on random and just
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
yeah.
I think that's sometimes the best way to find music. So I mean, I would recommend it. I'm not being paid by Spotify, but I probably would recommend it for those.
I'm just pedantic about, if you like a piece of music, fucking buy it, or, if you can't afford it, but, if you're gonna fucking listen to it and listen to the full album and love it,
I think you can get the best
I
out of
think
it.
morally you can be okay.
I think access to music at that quality and being able to take it with you and stuff. And
That's
I think
what it is for me.
Yeah.
Because I really do just try to only listen to albums, so I'm never looking to make
I'm
playlists
surprised
or
about
do
the
anything.
space on it. Like I always seem to hit like I like that, want that, and And
does it
when I
download
go,
into your phone and
it
take up
does,
space on your phone and all?
It takes up space, but you know what? After a while, it's one of the main apps. I don't mind it because it's one of the ones I use. So it's like I always delete stuff as I go.
And does Spotify carry podcasts as well? Can you
They do. Yes,
they
they do. They also have video as well. There's a format for video, which is just I don't.
This is new, is it?
Could
be a big channel.
I think it's recent in this year, as if you want to say new.
Yeah. Are we on top of that? Is somebody at R.A.P working on that?
Oh, I don't know. Potentially.
No,
hire
resounding no, isn't it?
I don't want to
hire him to get the.
We should get on that shit. Emerging trends.
I've got it. Here's an interesting one. So these tracks that I'm all obviously they're calm tracks, but they all have different genres within that. If you know what I mean? They've all got so
Russian dolls,
electronic. You've got acoustic, and you've got this one is I don't know what you would call it, dance pop, but with a long melodic feel to it, where the tempo's just.
What's this called?
It's from a band or a group called Washed Out.
Okay.
And the guy they made know a little bit about these guys and that's another feature of Spotify. You can just look up the band and a little bit about one. Not every band I've noticed, but sometimes you'll hit. I want to find out more about these guys. So just before I was doing this guy's done a lot of stuff like dance music and stuff, but this particular track is just real feel good, and that actually goes with the title of this track. It's called "It All Feels Right."
Right.
So it's I just want to throw it in there, but I want to move on to it's another one. But here's one that is not on YouTube; it's only on Spotify, and that's why I keep subscribing to it because these particular songs I really like aren't on YouTube, and I wouldn't have found it otherwise. You know, so I kind of appreciate Spotify for that. It's like thank you, Spotify.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Thanks, lads.
Yeah, but so I'm going to throw it in. This would probably be the last one because I'm looking at the rest of them. This one's from a group or an artist called 36. Strange, but every time you're flicking, you go through like most times you're paid by you see the album art, you see the artist, and you look and you read and go, what is this? And you're intrigued by,
all these dream pop artists are trying to out weird each other.
I have noticed that, and most times
Like,
I'll skip. Most times I'll skip. I'm like, nah, it's not as good as I thought. Nah, and then you know what? It's cool when you find something that that looks ugly. Oh, it's so good.
Have you heard of either
So don't judge
Superorganism
it by-
or Cake? They're two sort of like weird avant-garde pop bands at the minute. Their
I have
videos
one
are
online,
just so
I've
out
not
there.
seen videos. I've only I could
But I think that's why I'm sort
of.
of like I know the vibe he's talking about because I've been listening to little bits and pieces, particularly because that band Cake do it right. So they're like, as I say, avant-garde pop.
Yeah, once you hear
A banging cover of War Pigs.
Right.
Are you listening?
In what style?
Oh, yeah.
In
In their own like funk pop upbeat fucking cool.
Well, if you didn't know who Black Sabbath was or was aware of it, it stands.
Because they condense it down to about 4 minutes and it's just really punchy.
Right.
But they have weird videos and that band Superorganism, it's like crazy animated, like a fucking acid trip style video. So that's why I think I understand the vibe we're talking about here.
I will say though, I completely agree. There's sometimes I'll be like, it's very pretentious, so I mean, I'm like, fucking like that, whatever. But completely agree. However, I thought
it's just because we're all old school thrash fans in here. It's just like
it can be hard to adapt and to accept that I like this kind of stuff. And you know what? I'm just going to tell people and check it out. It's ridiculous. You know what?
Get over yourself.
I was thinking this here as well, actually, because it's great. It's great dynamics, right? Also, but it works with you need to calm down from your metal. Here's a couple of tracks that might work and help you out with that.
Yeah.
I can't go too high anymore. I'm going to go. Need something to calm down with. There might be something here like oh fuck, I like that. But here's another track I'm listening to because Spotify does a good thing. It just branches off into that genre as well. You might find something you like as well. I like that as well. You keep that.
I'll say in terms of relaxing, what I've found to be the best thing this year has been Blind Boy from the Rubber Bandits podcast.
Oh,
if you guys have heard this, the first couple of episodes he just talked for a little minute and then read stories from his book, which is a collection of short stories. They're all obviously completely out there, but they're all allegories from modern life and about how big time metaphors.
Now, is this anything like the fucking Rubber Bandits show that they had?
No. This because now that his publicist went kind of mad at him and was like, "You stop reading out bits from the book." So now he just talks shite for an hour, and he's fucking. But it's just that complete sort of randomness of the scale of topics that man can talk about.
Oh God, yeah.
But he obviously sticks up for mental health and promotes that there. So he says he just wants it to be. He says calls it a warming podcast hug, and there's some very very light jazz piano in the background, very very sparse, and it's just
Different.
like he talks in a slow fucking calm version of his voice, and it's if you're looking to relax and also obviously having your mind fucking blown because he's talking crazy knowledge like, and yeah, it's been fucking fantastic. You would love it. Like, he's really out there. Spent a good while the other week talking about the paintings of Caravaggio, who was this painter from the 1600s, and how he used to be a renegade, and also his influence on Martin Scorsese. And then had a voice clip of Scorsese talking, and you're just like, this is fucking mind blowing. Like, where else would you have learned that Martin Scorsese was influenced by a fucking pre-Raphaelite painter? Like, you know. You'd never be reading the books that would be in, so it's good to have something that's accessible, which is bringing these fucking things that you're interested in, but you don't know you're interested in until it's presented in the right way.
So we'll get him on.
We would be some boys.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So if you're like fucking, but I say it's calm. Everything's calm. He's now, you know, it's not like, you know, I want to fight your father. Of course, I'd say not like their songs are.
It's not. Yeah.
Very very chilled out. I'm really big into it. But loving it.
Awesome. I think that's my contribution to
albums.
To albums, but well, sorry, just
highlights for the year
highlight.
more than anything. Yeah.
I will. I'll throw in one thing just before I wrap up with my input. I really do. I'm liking what you guys are bringing to the table here. I did want to say something. Did you mention something at the start of the podcast, like moments of this year?
Connor.
Connor.
Yeah.
Did you mention that? Did you said something? You dropped it earlier.
I think it was probably Dónal, but it's just the overall
if you
vibe.
have a musical moment of the year.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
I have one that I.
We'll keep it in the tank, and we'll talk about all them.
Yes.
Later on, because we'll have that section coming up. We're ready for you. But don't forget now, because no doubt we'll be balls deep in something completely different now in 2 seconds. So I suppose the next album that I want to talk about, which I won't be talking about at length, right? Because I just got somebody Dropboxed me this one, right? And it's a punk band from England called Spunk Volcano and the Eruptions, right? Which is,
I think that gets the award for the best
that
fucking
is
name.
so
yet.
fucking punk rock. That is brilliant. I haven't heard a name of a band like that since I found out about the Cocaine Wolves.
I want to get a T-shirt
Just
for that
myself
name.
a lot of people who are really
I
touching
like that.
today. Like, you know what I mean?
I want that
Can't
T-shirt.
call yourself that. Yes, we can.
So they
Stickers.
It's like an old school English punk album, and he's like got a real English lad, fucking Cockney voice, and like they've got a tune called Knobhead, and the chorus is ignore him, he's a knobhead. There's the other. But here's the thing, right? The problem with this album is somebody Dropboxed me and it doesn't have the track names, so I have no idea what the album's called. I'm hoping that it's self-titled, because what a name! You would obviously want to call your album that. But yeah, Knobhead's a great tune. They also have one which is about being at a party, and the chorus is like sitting in the corner, listening to wolves being pissing in my trousers. Right, I swear to God, that's the sort of buzz. And obviously, Ginger Wildheart had a hand.
Here we go.
I know. But he had a hand in helping these guys get off the ground and contributes a few guitar lines and backing vocals. So it's melodic in a weird way, but it's old school punk, and it's just a really awesome album. But it also has a certain touch of depth as well, because the last tune on it, I actually kind of quite like this, is when a band fucking, like Mastodon do this all the time, you know, obviously they were going to get mentioned, but you know, fucking, like with track 9 or even the second to last track, just fucking blow it out, spunk the budget, like, right? And then the last one is sort of like a after hours at the bar, fucking calm down, hangover sort of slow tune. I like it when an album does that. Builds and builds and builds.
Winds
boom!
out. Yeah.
And then just winds you out, you know? Like, I love a reprised version at the end, or a slight return, or anything like that. It really gets my dick hard. So that, from a band, no, but you don't expect, I really didn't expect the last tune on Spunk Volcano and the Eruptions album to be a kind of tender after hours, as I say, at the boozer. Piano ballads, you know, like in a Cockney fucking knees up boy, but it's a long, slow, like, I was just so impressed. As I say, it's a really fucking cool album. I really buzzed off how fucking
what else do you have here in this list?
How juvenile some of the humour was.
Well, you're on a roll here.
So, Prophets of Rage album, okay, here's the thing, it didn't hit the heights I think that I wanted it to hit. I talked about this when I reviewed it. to have Chuck D and Be Real on an album with Tom Morello in the band, I felt like this should have been like.
It's a good
I
match.
felt like we should have been getting fucking 12 well considered, well argued fucking micro essays on the state of modern America, and what we got was a bunch of fucking bumper stickers, right? Like, like big choruses. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt that we could have got something a bit more incisive. I think I'm just pining for sort of Zach De La Rocha style lyrics, but that's not to take away from how motherfucking funky this album is musically, right? Like when Tim Comerford is laying down a bass line over a Brad Wilk drum beat while Be Real fucking raps over it.
Wilkman's in it.
Yeah, it probably.
Oh yes,
yeah,
yes, we
it's
went through
Rage.
it. Sorry, yes.
So the band is Rage without Zach, and then it's Chuck D
right.
from Public Enemy, Be Real from Cypress Hill, and DJ Lord. So when they play live, he fucking is scratching the turntables, and then him and Tom Morello have like a scratching duel. You know, Tom's got the pick and the kill switch and all that buzz that he does. Like,
Works,
so,
yeah.
It's awesome. So they've got all this going for them, but it feels like a sort of a good time party band. It's like, oh, we're not just going to see Raging Against the Machine, we're going to see Be Cypress Hill and Public Enemy, and I sort of wanted them to be like a really fucking serious political fucking wrecking machine.
Yeah.
And they keep saying they want to make America rage again. And I'm like, is this the band that's going to make America rage again? So
You put too much on them.
wasn't fucking blown away by it, but some of those little bass grooves, and that's like the choruses and all are good. Don't get me wrong, and the riffs are great. But I was just loving like when the fucking guitars fade out for the verse, and then they're just laying down like a fat hip hop groove, and it was just like influenced by 70s funk. You could hear that, and it just musically it's really, really, really awesome.
Any idea on producer at all?
Brendan O'Brien.
Oh,
Brendan O'Brien, yeah, and all the photos from the studio, Tom Morello's playing double necks and all that. This is the thing, these guys had a fucking ball
Right.
making this album. and
with
that
him
comes through.
named in the Wilkman, I'm set.
Yeah, you will buzz off it, don't worry, but I think what me and you would, I think the best thing for us to do would be to go and see them. I think that would be loads of beer, loads of weed, like, oh, it would be awesome.
I can't wait.
Other albums that I have to talk about include Queens of the Stone Age. What did you get? Did you hear the Queens of the Stone Age album?
No.
Not at all?
The first
first
the first impression I got from it whenever you had played me that opening track,
Feet Don't
Feet
Feel Me Now,
yeah.
fabulous song.
But for me, it didn't live up to the rest of the album. Didn't live up to that starter.
No. It doesn't
It had
flow
that depth
properly
for-
or something.
Yes, that's
Right,
what
I
it
want
is.
to get my gripes with it out first, and
Do
then
it.
I'll tell you what I like about it. This album, again, doesn't have a knock your socks off moment. Okay, it has a couple of things where it feels like it's building up ahead of steam. The first 3 tracks are unbelievable, and then throw in this weird sort of Nine Inch Nails influenced fucking synth
There's a killer
weirdo
track.
one called Fortress, and
Right.
how it's like
Get
obviously,
into it,
obviously
yeah.
like a love song, and the whole thing is like, if your fortress falls, you can stay in mine, or whatever the lyric is. But I don't know, before that we had 3 fucking great tracks, and the whole thing about the Queens of the Stone Age album this time around was that it was produced by Mark Ronson, so there were obvious worries there, which I don't think were borne out. I think it is a great album, okay? It's sort of getting better every time I listen to it. You just sort of have to accept that the band that wrote fucking Millionaire and had Nick Oliveri in it and were
One
this
knows.
fucking screaming metal fucking drug taking band from the desert, that's not really them anymore. Josh Homme has been fucking working with Arctic Monkeys and Iggy Pop and doing all this stuff, and the man is growing up a bit. Like, he still seems to take quite a lot of drugs because he's always up to something.
Yeah,
You see him booting the photographer in the head the other day,
saw that.
and everyone's going mad, and all these photographers are going mad. But like,
I'm
I personally just think, if you're a motherfucking rock star and you can't kick the old photographer in the head, what the fuck is the point? What was the point?
this video.
Like-
yeah,
I say, has that photographer ever written a song as good as Lost Art of Keeping It Secret? And nobody could offer me any evidence as to her songwriting career. So I personally just think she should have just fucking yapped out, like, because she's there making her living by taking fucking pictures of this man. Like,
she wrote "Bad Out of Hell."
no, she did.
No,
But I'm just saying, not to get bogged down in that whole shit, because this year I'm just fucking sick of dealing with controversy, and I'm sick of always
As a
talking about it.
photographer, I hate photographers, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, just fuck it. Like, I mean, there's literally no use crying over spilled photographers, so let's just fucking.
Plenty more photographers
Yeah,
out there.
so great album. As I say, just structurally a bit weird, and it doesn't have that oh my god moment, and it ends on a really weird fucking melodic ambient sort of tune, and it needed to go out with a bang. I thought Evil Has Landed is probably one of the better tunes on the album.
If they reprised that fucking funk from the first, oh my god,
that would have been
That
perfect.
is an appeal.
It
Once
is
you
great.
hear Queen of Stone Age, that's what you're hoping to hear, I
But-
suppose.
I also
But it
have to
was
say,
like a weird mutant funk in a lot of places. It's like dancey, like not like Kashmir mutant funk, like I don't know, like real like funk music. What's the big single off it called? Not Feet Don't Feel Now.
Jesus.
The way you used to do. It is
I think I heard
so
someone,
funky.
yeah.
Good, yeah.
Feet Don't
And
Feel Me Now.
look
I
at
think I heard that
look at
was
how
decent.
much of a good time he's having in that video, just dancing like. So
I have to say, I
after
don't like.
he nearly died on the operating. He did die on the operating table before that last album. That's why the last album was so dark. And
as you'd expect.
he fucking what else? There's something he did something bad. I can't remember, but he nearly died and all, and that's why that was really dark. So to see him just going fucking mad, having a good time now is pretty sweet. Like he shaved his head. That was a terrible look, absolutely horrendous. Like the only thing we ever knew you as was the fucking ginger Elvis, and then you go shave your head. Like no.
I have to say, I have another gripe with it though. It
Well.
sounds stupid. I hate the album cover.
Don't like all those graphics.
No, I don't like it at all.
To be honest, I wouldn't say I'm down about it either, but it didn't offend me. Like so. Yeah, but it probably was a missed opportunity there because they should have been wild bad. Like,
Maybe
yeah,
Paul,
but-
some people.
what is the fucking song? Head Like a Haunted House is brilliant. Really like it. Domesticated Animals is fabulous, right? And they did a version of that for BBC Six Music, all acoustic, apart from the keyboard player who they left with a full electric setup. So we have all these acoustic guitars and bass, and then just this
I know,
wham synths coming in and all. It was
BBC
fucking
Sessions,
rocking.
BBC Sessions deserve a fucking nod. Well done, lads.
Yeah.
For the last couple of
You
years.
were sharing Gojira
Oh,
made a deal
Jesus.
recently, was
No.
that it?
Not even that. Gojira's shooting star off the BBC Sessions.
Shout out to
Ice.
Gojira.
Oh my God.
Myself and JP, I've been following
Yeah.
Gojira since
Day one,
not
basically.
from day one, from Gojira's start, but I mean like when we caught wind of them, like it was Way of All Flesh album.
Yeah.
Was I'm pretty sure. No, I might be
Morris
mistaken.
Cyrus, wasn't it?
But I remember when that album was coming out. That's whenever I was certainly getting into them.
Yeah.
Man, fucking when they came to Belfast. Sorry,
No,
Yeah,
just get that. But no, fuck, that's for another show anyway, definitely. But just in saying that the BBC Sessions, that version of Shooting Star is actually better than, I don't know what it is.
recorded one.
It's just a great vibe sound to get off it. Again, Uncle Acid as well did a great session a couple of years back on it as well. I get Metallica.
I am
As well,
so sorry
fucking
to do
brilliant.
this to you, but I just
Yeah.
need to fucking throw this in before I completely forget.
Yeah.
I found your new favourite band the other day. I didn't get around to telling you about it. Swedish Death Candy. They've got it is the sickest album cover I've seen in a while, right? It's not like fucking Emperor Sam and fucking crazy shit or anything, but like it's like one of them optical illusions, so it feels like it's moving, and it's
I like that.
Uncle Acid style vibes, but
Nice.
you know the way I don't really buzz off Uncle Acid?
Yeah.
I buzz
Buzz off this.
off fucking Swedish Death
Now,
Candy.
in saying that though, is that
We need it. We will
Yeah.
get that consumed before the next podcast, I think.
get
because
that down for the next one for sure?
It seems like they're just about to break too, so we need
Yeah.
to be on that train.
I'm guessing that was after you started going through, because I went through Wizard Bloody Wizard. It was around that time you were looking around that kind of vibe. Because that was a letdown
Yeah, that was poor.
for
And so
for
was
such
that
a great.
Annihilator album. Let's
Yes,
just throw that out there
I
as
have to
well.
say as well, for an Annihilator fan, that was a letdown. But with a name like Wizard Bloody Wizard for that album, I think we expected.
Yeah, expectations were high. Yeah, so Swedish Death Candy, you will fucking really like.
Thank you, just in time for Christmas.
Yeah, I swear to God, man, I have no
Which
idea.
we acknowledge, we might as well say it's Christmas Eve tomorrow.
It's Christmas Eve. Did I not say that? Oh my God, that's what I meant to lead with.
Yeah, we're Christmas Eve.
Uh,
Sitting here talking about
So-
metal.
as I say, Queens of the Stone Age album, very, very good, but probably just confounded expectations. Like the Prophets of Rage album, maybe this is just my problem, I don't know, is that I expect something from an album, and when I don't get that, it's like I can't get super excited about it. It's like,
They were one of the only big name bands this year, as you were saying earlier.
yeah.
And there you go.
So that was a strange one, but a good one. So
But for anyone else is still listening to this, don't worry. There's a great fucking one
Oh, there's a
It's
fucking,
a fucking
10 out of
monster.
10,
So
5-star.
it hasn't been a
fucking
shit year.
rager.
It's just not been as good as when it's been great this year. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But in While She Sleeps, you definitely have a great one there. In Province of Rage, you have your new favourite party album. But, to stick on at a party.
We've got Declan's chill mix to go through this year as
Yeah,
well.
that's going to come in so handy for
That's gonna be good.
over the Christmas period.
Yeah. So what else have you got?
Okay, so in my albums of the year, right, so
Yeah.
consider that While She Sleeps, Spunk Volcano and Eruptions, Queens of Stone Age, and Province of Rage are my top albums of the year. The only other candidate that I have to mention, apart from our agreed on album of the year from Red Acre Music Podcast, they were always going to get mentioned. My favourite band ever, The Darkness.
Yes.
Album number 5, Pinewood Smile, sort of just came along. They had a new drummer in Rufus Taylor, who is the son of Roger Taylor from Queen. So it's just like, The Darkness are just becoming more glam.
They just
than
got a star
glam
automatically.
originally was. Like the way Steel Panther are like a better band than Poison. Or like
Yeah.
a better band than Quiet
Cinderella
Riot.
and
Like,
everything, yeah.
yes, like Cinderella, like probably better than Rat, let's be honest, at this stage.
They're no Wasp.
Yeah.
They're not there yet. They're not there yet. They're no
Wasp were sort of different gravy. I've seen that Wasp album again recently where it's got the fucking saw blade cod piece.
Yeah.
Fuck Like a Beast,
Yeah.
is not that tune was called.
Wasp.
So Darkness, whereas the last album was kind of a little bit longer form prog, this Viking invasion concept album sort of vibe from The Darkness. I know that sounds weird, but this album was sort of all bit shorter, punchier, humour back in play. They've got a tune called Solid Gold that's, the chorus is "We're never gonna stop shitting out solid gold." And it's literally, we're the darkness, we're the best rock band about. There was a tune on the last album as well, called The Last of Our Kind, and the more I think about it, the more it must be like they're the last great rock band. And I just love how they just self-mythologize.
They do have that moniker, yeah.
Because self-mythology that's really the best kind. That's what Kurt Cobain did. He made up all the stories about himself. You might as well just do that, fucking. But this is fabulous. There are some belters on this album. Southern Trains, about how pissed off they are with the trains, like where they live. As I say, Solid Gold opens with a tune called All the Pretty Girls. Buccaneers of Hispaniola, I have no idea what it's about, but it is crackers. Easily my favourite song on the album. Some great ballads. There's a song called Japanese Prisoner of Love. There's
that's pure Spinal Tap.
I've got the but this is it. The Darkness just indulges all of these fucking things, and they've got I've obviously got the deluxe edition, so
what's a Japanese Prisoner
of Love?
Japanese Prisoner of Love.
Japanese Prisoner of Love shared on Becky's Facebook, and people just be like,
"What? Yeah, I have to do that."
So they're still as absolutely ludicrous and as fun as ever, possibly even more fun.
Antichrist!
There's a tune called fucking Rack of Glam on it. There's a tune called Uniball. There's and the last one is like
so they're back.
Weird. They're back. They are back, and it's such a good time. And there's some brilliant riffs, some fabulous harmonized guitar leads. Obviously, all of those things are in play. Strong vocals, lovely bit of cowbell at times and all. There's going to be cowbell on Darkness album. It's just really great, And as I say, I always worry when I hear fucking Darkness albums for the first time. It's like, oh my god, what if I don't like it? What if they're not my favourite band anymore? But then they never let me down. Like, every fucking album has been fucking top notch, and everyone has been different in its own way.
For everyone listening, they cannot see the big red on his fucking face.
I just fucking love The Darkness.
He does.
Was that my phone? Oh, that was yours.
Someone's phone's kamikaze down. Right. Go for it.
Yeah. But that's it. So, if you were looking for albums to buy this year, Prophets of Rage, Queens of Stone Age, While She Sleeps, Spunk Volcano and Eruptions, The Darkness, and then albums that I didn't really get to listen to. What's that?
There's something Kerr. You said, oh no, you were coughing. Sorry.
I was just coughing.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were saying something.
So, the album, I've asked Sam to get me an album, okay, so I've been saving listening to it, so it will probably be my album of 2017. And this is this punk band, Propaganda, that I was telling you about, who over the course of their career started as a purely hardcore punk band, and sort of morphed into this thrash metal band. And so the fucking progression is fucking fascinating, and the two singles off this album have the smartest lyrics I have possibly ever heard. And you know, you expect bands like fucking, I don't know who writes good lyrics, but you know, Bob Dylan and all these wanky bands, like, but you don't expect like a former hardcore fucking punk band turned thrash metal band. You know, you don't expect, when you hear that, you think, oh, these guys probably write good riffs, and they obviously write great fucking riffs and have an unbelievable drummer who you would really buzz off, I think, because he's very sparse with the double kicks, but when it comes, like.
Right.
So
that's the best.
yeah, just fucking save it for the last 10 seconds of a tune and just, because they're writing like 3-minute punk songs at the same time, but it's thrash. It's complicated, but the sound is awesome.
Those are the kind of tracks that, you know, you put on quite a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Accessible.
It is accessible, yeah, but the lyrics mention Ayn Rand and all these fucking theorists, and
Well, so you got a bit of homework to do for once.
yeah, and one of them is like, I'm still sort of trying to work out what it's about, so I think it's, so I've only listened to these two tunes, as I say, I'm saving it Christmas Day, I'm gonna fucking have it on after my dinner, you know, so, I was always trying to have great experience with the first time I listened to it, right, so I was trying to like, take myself off on my own somewhere, or be in a good state of being, or like happily somewhere,
Be
have
selfish.
a fucking, exactly, make a pig of myself and fucking have it on in the background, but that's what I'm gonna do for Propaganda Victory Lap. And as I say, the single off it, Field Imagineer, I can't quite work out. Well, it's only 2 minutes long, so I've got no excuse, but I'm still sort of just letting it occur naturally. I'm not thinking about it too hard. But I think it's him addressing his own child and explaining the story of the child's grandparents, his fucking grandparents, or maybe the child's great grandparents.
Spoilers.
And how they both fought in World War II. But one got home and wrote letters to the families of the men that he killed when he sank a U-boat, and the other one came back from a gnarlier part of the war and just turned into a fucking violent alcoholic. And the song was called The Field Imagineer, so I think it's like, don't give up on your dreams, like fucking grab the bee, you need to fucking take the good. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on there. It's, yeah, very, very complex, and I'm super psyched, as I said, to hear that, really excited. As
Screams Christmas.
I haven't been as excited to get into a band since I heard about the Wild Hearts, who are my fucking favourite band. So I'm going to be balls deep in these guys by this time next week. So that's great. Foo Fighters, the album's been on in our office a few times, but I haven't sat and listened to it on my own.
Yeah.
Nothing about it offended me. There's Sky is a Neighbourhood and Run are both great songs. So really, can we ask for anything more from a Foo Fighters album?
They've done enough.
Than to put, two good tunes into the set list.
Yeah.
Because at this stage, we don't want them taking tunes out.
No.
I think I got hearing at least 2 tracks.
I think you said the same tunes. Yeah, very good.
I went stuck on it. I was just blown over. That's brilliant. I was already going to check it out, and now you're telling me, and I'm just like, I'm definitely going to be checking it out.
It'll definitely warrant fucking repeat viewings or listens, and then if they come around their turn next year, you'll get balls deep into it the week before you go see them. So
shout out to Blacking Fagan, probably a listener of ours here. Like, she definitely loves
some Foo Fighters.
Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters, yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, we all do.
So
just haven't had time this year, whatever. Don't know.
They're asked to shuffle with a lot of bands this year.
Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown have released an album. I've only just got my hands on it very recently, so I haven't digested it. But they're like a blues rock 4-piece, upbeat, up-tempo, fucking supported AC/DC, backed up Guns N' Roses. Just an incredible fucking really tight band. He's a fucking stunning guitar player and a really, really strong vocalist. So yeah. So classic rock vibes, fucking blues vibes.
Les Pauls, all that. Yeah.
Les Pauls and Strats.
Yeah.
So like Fender Strats, not like Super Strats, So definitely.
It's not one of those bands where they look at the drum skin to see what their name is. Not that kind of shit.
Tyler Bryant and the Shakedown. No, I think when you hear these boys, you know it's them.
Cool.
I've enjoyed, but I haven't fully digested. How can you when it's this dense of prog? The Sons of Apollo album. So that's Mike Portnoy, Billy Sheehan on bass, Bumblefoot on guitar, Derek Sherinian on keyboards, and Jeff Scott Soto on vocals. So super prog, very, very. Basically, if you like Dream Theater, you like this. That's it. Opens with a minute of keyboards from Derek Sherinian. And the first song, that's got a minute of keyboards, and then there's another 10 minutes of the whole band. So that's the first tune of Gods of the Sun or something it's called. But There's a couple of shorter ones, about 4 minutes long, that have videos and stuff for YouTube. So, been enjoying those. Some behind the scenes stuff and like Mike Portnoy cams to show you, how complicated his drum playing is, and also that was
that's a great picture.
Yeah.
that's been really enjoyable. As a drummer, you probably get a lot out of that. Ginger Wildheart, you knew he was going to get mentioned. He put out 2 albums this year. One was his long talked about like acoustic folky project. And don't get me wrong, I liked it, but I love to hear the man riff. I love to hear it when he's screaming. So I didn't take too much notice of that. But when I went to see him, it was an acoustic gig, and they were wildly entertaining. So typical just Ginger melodicism and fucking anthem and chorus. So that was great. And then the other album he put out was Mutation. This Mutation project is him, Scott Lee Andrews from Exit International, who are super underground, don't worry about it if you haven't heard of them, and Denzel from Ginger Wildheart Band, who's a super technical drummer. And it's like the most fucking disgusting, fucked up, strapping young lads, Slipknot, industrial, death, fucking noisecore, just, it's fucking horrible. But it's very cathartic listen. You never have an album like that, you're like, I'm glad that's over. But it's really mental.
So
like,
first thing Monday morning, Christmas morning, cracking that on.
Yeah, but there's some. It's a fun album like as well in a way. It's like when the Wildhearts did their Endless Nameless album, they wrote like basically a pop rock album, and they just buried it in so much distortion and screaming and shit. And it was just like there's melody in there, but it's just like these guys have just there's loads of grindy fucking squealy samples from and things just sounds like fucking somebody's running an angle grinder over shit at some points. It's fucking horrible. It's all about mental.
Oh, shit.
It's all about fucking depression and fucking Ginger and Scott both suffer, and they got together in a caravan and just wrote it one weekend. And there's I think you can get the bonus tracks. The bonus edition is the 10 demos from the two of them getting fucking lit on Jägermeister in a caravan one weekend and bashing this out like so. That's a fun one. If you've been turned on by that description, I know where you're coming from. I want to give a fucking bit of a mention to. I've been listening to some synthwave music. I don't know if these are into this. So it's kind of like it's like rock music, but like it's all done on synth. So think Stranger Things theme. Think the Thor 3 soundtrack. Did you both see Thor 3?
No.
That was really hard to say. Can I get some fucking credit for that?
Well done.
Thank you.
Get on the
No, do you know what it is? I'm looking at them mince pies and I realised that my mum has made a batch and I haven't had one yet, so I'm not fucking having one of them fucking horrible things when I've got that fucking beauty to go home to. I'm just, they're exceptional and I can't wait for them.
I get one. Fucking
So
Christmas.
synthwave music, you will fucking love this, I think. So just go to YouTube, type in synthwave mix. There's hours and hours and hours of it. I think the key band in it is called Perturbator. Like to say somebody would be perturbed.
Perturbed.
Yeah, so it's a weird one, but I really vibed off that Thor 3 soundtrack. I thought that was really cool. That 80s fucking dark synth stuff, and so that these guys are doing all this. So it's like sort of rock music structures, but it's all like synths. So It's and it all sounds like it should be the soundtrack to Escape to LA. So that's you know what I'm talking about. The Kurt Russell movie.
Yeah.
Escape from LA. Excuse me.
It was New York, the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember which was which, but yeah. So I've been enjoying that. I'll link you into my favourite one, or maybe we'll share it on fucking Spotify or stuff. And then in another electronically inspired bit of a shout, I only got this very recently as well, but I was assured that I would like it. I haven't been disappointed by it yet, but I haven't fully digested it, so I don't want to sell you on a product I don't know everything about it. But the Bloody Beetroots, have you ever heard of these guys? They're like a mashup electronic rock act, and this is this guy's personal mission. So it's called the Great Electronic Swindle. Do you remember the Sex Pistols had the Great Rock and Roll Swindle? So it's an homage to that, and it's all these like dubby rock, kind of like when dubstep and rock were coming together, but it's not that crazy. It's a lot more palatable. But the guests, man, he's fucking some incredible talent. The first track is a song called My Name is Thunder, and so it's him, the dude. Bloody Beetroots is basically like the electronics elements, and then the band for the album is Jet.
That's a bit dramatic there.
Yeah, you dropping a mince pie and staring at me. But I know, fucking Nick Chester belting out My Name is Thunder, and that's how the album starts, and it's just like, fuck. And then Jay Buchanan from the rival Sons shows up on a track. Wade McNeil from Gallows and Alexis on Fire.
Oh,
He shows up. He's a champion of it, man. I love him.
what the
Oh,
fuck was
he's
that?
just been searching the bloody beetroots.
Or
Or
is
is that
that- is
Perturbator? Well, trust me, I
Sounded like the Inception
haven't
button.
heard all of this record, as I say,
That's what we're going to be listening to.
but that is great. And then there's a rock, like My Name Is Thunder comes on, all electronic, but then there's the rock redux version on it later on the album and stuff, and there's dance remixes, rock remixes. Yeah, great electronic swindle. I'm gonna have a great time with that album, I feel.
Decades just after hitting, like,
Yeah.
very indulgent on that. Thank you.
No,
So-
you definitely get places with bloody beatroots.
I have something for
So that's
shit.
basically
God, look at
that's-
that list, you.
That album cover.
What's that?
The shit list.
What about the shit list? Oh, that bit. Well, that
Have a
literally
shit list.
the next thing I was going to go for is what have been banging cover for that record. What was your disappointment of the year then? That
Well, on my list here especially, because there actually is an album this year, 1 out of 10. No fucking surprise, to be honest. Blaze Bailey, Endure and Survive. I did not endure and barely survived that fucking album. It is fucking horrible. His vocals are well off. He's trying to be all the usual kind of pish, out there kind of power metalish kind of even lyrics and everything. The band in the background, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt by trying to block him out, but it's so
distracting.
it's painful. Now again, you Declan had mentioned at one point there as well, like the negative effect that people have. Sometimes you just can't, there's some people out there who just can't deal with Dave Mustaine vocals and will not be able to listen to the band or anything, and they're missing out. Again, someone's probably screaming about fucking Blaze
Suppose
Bailey
that's
about
taste
this,
as
but
well, you know.
my god, it was so fucking horrible. Probably the biggest mistake of the year was sitting down to listen to that piece of shit.
Right.
Never again. Because there's one person in particular I tried to give the benefit of the doubt for before. Having risen up and being in Maiden and everything and gone off on his own. And Paul Yano tried to even
I don't like
best,
Maiden,
no.
so I don't have a fucking opinion. But was Blaze Bailey not the vocalist in Wolfsbane? And that's where he came from.
I think it was, yeah.
So
Those fucking sideboards.
what's it?
He said these sideboards.
Oh,
were
right.
on these. He just looks like I'm miserable. But yeah, that was a letdown of the year. And I would also say, not to be too harsh, but Robert Plant. At this point, there doesn't need to be any more Robert Plant albums. To be fair, he's done enough. He's not going to pass anything else he did.
Still this sort of country style.
No, it's not that. He's still going for that kind of like, I'm a hippie kind of. Like, we know you're a hippie. We know. We don't need 4 albums out
If
the
the
same.
man can contribute and still be able to construct
Like,
melodies,
his swan song,
I
to be
think
honest.
just let
Yeah.
him. While he's still around, in my opinion, because like he's able to leave a legacy behind him, you know.
Well,
With more, and like he always kept going to the end. And you know what? Even before when he left the South, he still kept putting out these banging hits, whether they weren't all. I mean, you get hit misses going around, but I think, given his success, and I'm just saying, like I mean, it is disappointing, but you never know. It might swing around next time. You know, if he wants to.
if he's got another one coming, it's
I
the pressure's
always,
on.
I would
Yeah.
always take on a Plant album, just in my way. But to be honest, I have not listened to this album yet, so my opinion is
Just neutral here, but this way, he should have swan songed out whenever they did the reunion, because that was just for all of them. That was just a highlight for all of them at that point. That should have been enough for any of them.
careers.
That should have been like, obviously those kind of people aren't doing it for the money anymore, which again is honourable, well done. But at this point as well, you've crossed the line where you're not adding to a set list with all this new stuff. You're going to be swaying more towards the older kind of setup, and his band's always revolving, so it's hard to keep. You're still going, yeah, it's a Robert Plant album, but who's backing it? Same thing, Whitesnake sometimes. Oh, David Coverdale's back with a Whitesnake album. That's great, but who's in the band this time?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
sort of the
stacking
point
it
with
again.
Robert Plant though at the minute, isn't it? It's sort of like I go on these weird trips and I meet these weird people and then we make weird music. That's his vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. Although I will
I
say
wouldn't be
that-
Stop
psyched for it. I'm
travelling.
not- I'm just
Yeah.
saying that's just.
He's
appeal for me
done enough.
is,
He's searched enough.
I'm
What was his
hoping
band
that-
called there for a while? The Father
Strange
Ship.
Sensations or
Oh.
Shapeshifters.
Shapeshifters.
I'm hoping to find a new melody that I'm like, oh, that from an instrument that I'm not familiar to. You know, I'm hoping for a fusion somewhere that I'm like, that was worth that album to get that style they were. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he had unleaded for that. He did the Jimmy Page thing as well, where they went off and did that stuff.
For me, for my ear, I want more of that. So someone like Plant, given his soft, nice way of telling stories in the song, in his lyrics, comes off better than most. Do you know what I mean? And that's because he's been around.
I want to see him try something different. He can play guitar, so why doesn't he try and do something when he's playing guitar?
Well, it's always like
give me something like that. I'd see that.
I mean, no, I mean like maybe it's too late to experiment in that way. Then what he's been doing lately is still working. I think he's still gotten the pay. His audiences is always diverse. He's still pulling that old Zeppelin crowd because he's playing those hits differently. People are coming to life to hear that particular version because that's not on the record.
You look at Greta Van Fleet.
I like the way they go off on one. When they have so many good artists and talent on stage. Again, I haven't listened to this album, but I think that's for me. I always like listening to that for the hopes that there's something cool coming out of it. I'm like, I remember that album for that track. I will say that Plant has so many albums. I
don't know anything about any of them. That's why I'm not saying
listener,
I have one. It's like a melting planet. What's the story with that?
All the album art
looks so.
It looks when you look at it all like a.
He's unleaded good.
Variations.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah.
What's the crack with it?
Is this the Page and Plant one?
It's good. It's a good mix. Yeah, it's got the rain song.
Yeah, from what
different.
And does that have all those easterny? See, I would take maybe listening to that, but it wouldn't be like all the time.
It's for me. I wouldn't be demanded. Like I want to see more of that. It's just if someone like Plant's putting another one out like that, I'm like I'm gonna be listening regardless. And then I would. I like the fact you put out your
disdain.
No. It's like that's unfortunate. I'm gonna listen to it anyway because he appeals to me. So anyway, I hope he does better. If he's gonna put out more, I would like to hear more. If this one isn't so good, I would love them to end on a fucking cracking one. Then.
Well, for me at that point, as I mentioned with Greta Van Fleet and stuff, whenever I heard them, sitting there going, this is what I've been fucking missing.
It was very familiar, but again, they can
when you can hear that stuff going on, and now you see the man who was responsible for that and is unable to do that.
Listen to it seems like they have their own thing going.
True.
With this.
Well,
that's going.
Leave that for now anyway, because that's going to be. We could easily go off on this for too long. That's shit list for me, as much as I can say. To be fair, overall there was a lot of 6 out of 10s for a lot of things I rated this year and so forth. So it's grand. It's not amazing, but we do have the fucking gem. That's probably not even just the best album of the year. It's probably one of the best albums to come out in a long fucking time. Yeah, well, and lucky it came out this year. That pulled the grade up.
Yeah.
So I've been harsh. To be fair, I've been harsh in comparison to that one album. So
okay, that shows where your style of music and your love for music is.
It's in there somewhere.
It's in metal, so it's gonna.
I like me some fucking.
Well, my fucking disappointment of the year was the Bronx. The Bronx album was fucking dire.
And Body Count
completely lost their teeth. No, Body Count wasn't a disappointing album. I like Body Count's album. Fuck that. It was great. It was fucking more of a statement than fucking Prophets of Rage was. And Propaganda's album's gonna have far more politics on it than a band with Tom Morello, fucking Chuck D in it. Give me a fucking break.
I only shit on the Body Count thing for the Rain of Blood cover.
Sorry, I completely forgot what the fuck I was talking about there. Bronx album is piss poor because they've tried to go melodic. They've lost all their teeth. There's weird distortion on the vocals, which I do not buzz off. Like, what was wrong? The production on the last album was sublime. Like, I don't know. So, why did they sculls it up that wee bit more? Like, it just doesn't sound like fucking, whoa, here's an edgy punk band and they're fucking distorting the vocals. That's mad. It's just like, the fuck are you doing? Like, that fucking sounds scuzzy as fuck. Like, so I just can't believe it. Like, Bronx 4, like fucking gets my head hard. Like, it just fucking gives me a fucking brain.
We've done this before with Bronx 4, yeah.
Bronx 4, like, it's just hard to have the words. It's hard to have the words because it's just fucking pumping.
When you know what they're capable of.
Yeah, and then for this to be, I don't know, just fucking weak, no teeth, no bite, you know, like a mild curry.
I wonder about
Like a mild curry.
I wonder about the things that have happened this year that has influenced music in this way.
Yeah, well, I mean, if this year's anything to go by, we should be expecting a fucking unbelievable wave of protest punk
so
to come
we
out
might
next
see
year.
it next year, like from the events of this year.
Well, this is why
music.
an album that I'm just going to mention very briefly coming out next year, because I will forget because I don't have it written down anywhere. The Fever. Okay, so The Fever is Jason Aaron Butler's new project, who was the frontman of Let Live, who I told you were what, Connor? The best band in the world until they broke up. I had to talk about it here on the podcast the same fucking month as Cornell died. It was fucking terrible. But he's coming back with a new project. Seems to be very
political. That was not a good month.
Seems to be very, very high energy shit. You know, he keeps putting these boomerangs up from the studio, and they're all in like fucking mid-air and all, and just like it just looks crazy. I don't know what the full lineup is, but they have been playing live with Travis Barker, which I think is cool because Travis, I don't think, because he was in Blink, gets enough respect, but that man is a fucking animal, like, so I also really like his hip-hop vibe as well, and how he brings that to the table. Jason Aaron Butler, although he was in Let Live, the best punk band, like, fucking Jesus, they were so good, but his vocal style always had a weird fucking scat rapped, like it was at speed as well, like I mentioned about Arspire, but
yeah,
it's not hip-hop, but it was sort of scatting, but they did have a hip-hop vibe. It was fucking, their drummer's awesome, he's just fucking, I don't know, it's really funky, like, and they have a lot of like influence from like funk and also weird pop melodies. Well, this was Let Live, excuse me.
Yeah.
So Let Live were so fucking good. I'm so fucking excited about anything Jason Aaron Butler's going to get involved in. So this new project, The Fever, I'll be keeping an eye on. Don't worry. What were we talking about there? So how bad the Bronx album was. So yeah, that was definitely my disappointment of the year. But moving into much more positive terms, riff of the year, The Darkness, Buccaneers of Hispaniola, unbelievable. And you don't expect them to go that heavy. When it starts off with that really nice, bright fucking, it's a sound, real nice classic rock sound, and then to drop into that filth is just, it's so
tight,
dirty or something. It's like something AC/DC would have done back in the day. You know, I love when the best Darkness tunes are the ones
Simple
where they
ones.
have AC/DC riffs.
Oh god, yeah.
You know, there's stuff on the previous album which had, you know, long synth parts which were like these huge overblown Queen bits and all, and they're class, but when the Darkness just have a fucking riff and they just fucking bite down on it, do you know what I mean? And just and the beautiful part about this is the Buccaneers bit is the chorus riff, and there's also, because it's the Darkness and song structure is key, there's a fucking unbelievable pre-chorus, so you get that expectation every time, because you know the first one programs you know, okay, so once I hear these chords, I know that this fucking money riff is coming, and they repeat that whole bit 3 times throughout the song. So you know, it's, I can't say enough about Buccaneers.
Class album,
class tune, riff of the year, right there. Stick your tech death up your hole. That was the fucking riff of the year. A fucking ludicrous catsuit wearing, fucking high pitched screaming, singing
man
from Lowestoft and his fucking brother and their 2 mates. It was, yeah. So I don't know whether we're going to agree on this or not, but I think the solo of the year was probably Roots Remain off the Mastodon album.
It's fucking up there, definitely.
It's hard to pick because there was epic solos also in Clandestiny. The outro solo was great.
Yeah, it's actually my favourite.
You write that down?
Yeah.
And Jaguar God, obviously, as well.
It's my second.
Yeah, exactly. Same for me.
Personally, I always feel that the solos in Sultan's Curse and Show Yourself won't get, but for how poppy Show Yourself is, that's a proggy solo, isn't it? It's a 2-parter, and then it fucking sort of interrupts itself with that crazy bend, and then that's the second part.
Yeah.
It's well composed. So my solo of the year, it is Roots Remain, because that song just fucking takes you places, and I remember being super psyched before it came out to hear. I remember you seen the 2 of them in those videos playing the acoustic part.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder what their acoustic tune's going to be. They don't have an acoustic tune. It's just this little part that pans around your headphones, tripping you out before Roots really kicks. And the solo that carries it out is just awesome, like really, really good. My moment of the year is that moment, like just a musical moment, just a fucking drop that hammer, get my fucking dick hard riff, that, just that. As I said there a minute ago, I think that's putting it well. Just that fucking. Yes, this is why we fucking love it. And it comes at, I think it's 2 minutes 40 into Empire of Silence by While She Sleeps, and it's just this. There's a really, really big chorus, and it's we're building walls where we should have built bridges, and it's their whole political. They're quite political as well in their lyrics, and very smart about it too. And then just to go into a completely filthy seven-string breakdown, and it's simple. It's not what He's nothing to do with this. And it's just it's fucking low, and it's simple. It's not complicated, and then there's a little bit of a run on the guitar, and it's just it's a fucking riff-gasm.
For my namesakes, forget what was that band we looked at that had not Matt Heafy, fucking thing from Bull for Valentine.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. We talked about X-Wound in our Supergroup's Red Acre Radio, which hasn't premiered yet.
Not yet,
but people will hear about that. Yeah, no, they're awesome. But
that's what I mixed up with.
So that's it. Yeah, so like when you look at it like this, and when you have it written down, and you see all the good shit that there has been this year, I actually feel so much better about it now.
Yeah,
but
it's like therapy.
Yeah, most definitely. So what about you? Riffs, solos of the year, moments of the year?
Honestly,
don't tell me you don't have any.
No. Honestly, probably to answer all of those questions, just say Clandestiny. Just say Clandestiny.
Do you know what? That's completely fair enough.
Best saxophone moment was that Clandestiny. Doesn't matter what the fuck it is.
It's like it's
favorite food this year. Clandestiny. Everything.
Oh, I thought you were saying that weird bit with saxophones, and I was like, no, it's definitely not saxophones. But you know that. I was like, I'm correct in here, but then it's like, he knows. He's taking the piss. So, Decky, riffs, solos, moments?
Yeah, same. Clandestiny. Well, I didn't realise that just the way we passed around, I just kind of jumped in and already fucking came to a correct moment.
Right.
So, yeah, number one, then Jaguar Cards, number two, off an album. My favourite solo, it's going to have to be that Clandestiny. Favourite musical moment of the year is a little bit different for me. Like I got the chance to go and see Hans Zimmer over in Liverpool back in June, and it was fucking fantastic.
I would say so. Yeah.
A lot of musicals, a lot of my favourite Batman scores, a lot of.
I'm sure we could do a separate podcast on that.
Yeah,
we did.
Remember, we did our I think the second movie podcast we did. We talked about this and Wonder Woman and stuff. Yeah.
Did we actually?
We did. Yeah. We did. Oh no! But again, it's good. Good to go back if you want to hear more about it. But
that was awesome. Actually, I will say they got the guy who sings in Lion King, the main vocalist at the start of the song.
Oh yeah, like at the start of the movie.
They got him on stage, told a wee story about him, and then actually got him on.
Well, that's awesome.
A bit of background on him and stuff.
That's pretty good.
That was awesome. But but for me, I got to hear a lot of good Batman scores, and I'm really pleased with that. So yeah,
that's a good moment for the year. Like.
I don't have a favourite album necessarily other than Mastodon. No, I don't know. Is there anything else we're missing out?
No, I don't think we have. No, not missing anything. We have been pretty thorough. Like I've combed everyone's top 10 list. Sputnik music, Metal Sucks, Banger TV.
Metal Jackson.
One that keeps coming up is this Power Trip album, Nightmare Logic, but it's sort of like it's like too intensely thrashy for me. I don't really buzz off it. As I say, a lot of really heavy stuff like black metal and that girl Mercure is everywhere.
Yeah, it's coming about, isn't it?
Classic Rock named Queens of Stony. It's their album of the year, and second album of the year was the Black Country Communion album, which I'm sure is good, but if really a supergroup is putting out the second best album of the year, we need to be fucking worried. Like,
do you need our people creeping up in a minute? Like Wolf Alice and stuff seems to be creeping up.
Wolf Alice are not going to be rock and roll for too long. They're going to go pop. Like even rock and roll. You know what? I'm not even going to say that.
Do you know, I want to hear what everyone else is saying, like what their favourite albums and stuff. Generally,
Metal Hammer have picked the same as us, which we'll get to.
The Guardian and a few other people even noted it down. It's insane.
But like in terms of like the metal media, I don't know what the fuck it is. There's just like Neo Obliviscaris and really all these really fucking dark, fucked up bands.
It's in a weird state.
So is that it then for moments? What about gigs? Gigs of the year. You was ZZ Top. If I'm
definitely ZZ Top this year.
ZZ Top was incredible. I was super fucking drunk. I was having a fucking great time. You'll attest to that.
I will.
I never stopped moving. Never
No.
stopped.
I would love to see them.
It was awesome. But
With cheap sunglasses.
yes, for cheap sunglasses, I had cheap sunglasses that maybe
Yeah.
got free and work.
He was set.
Did you bring them?
Me, you,
with
and
you?
Conor Murphy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then my mate Mick.
Mick, good man. Fucking great show.
Were
Great
they
crack.
selling them like at the gate?
No, he just
no,
brought
I
them.
did.
That's
I got my own
what
sorted out
I'm
that
doing.
morning. Yeah.
Get your cheap fucking sunglasses
So-
here, man.
For me, gig of the year was fucking maybe gig of all time. Jesus Christ, there was so much emotion and expectation and suspicion and disappointment leading up to it. But Guns N' Roses blew the fucking roof off Slane. Do you know what it is, Daggy? Slane is outside; it doesn't even have a roof, and they still blew it off. It was right after Cornell too, so they covered Black Hole Sun and. You go to a Guns N' Roses show, you don't expect cover to be the thing that fucking you take away with you, but wow, it was awesome. And I think they covered Pink Floyd and The Who and
So it's a
Chuck
party,
Berry.
man.
Yeah, there was a load of covers peppered in. It was a really, really good vibe, and just hitting the stage with.
Glad everyone got to
It's so
experience
easy
that,
to hit
like,
the stage
that's
with, so like a really old school one.
Yeah.
But they did all, and everything was like for November Rain. There was violinists and fucking backing singers, and it was
So
overblown.
They
as
actually
fuck.
played to their audience.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. And anybody says that people are saying they didn't have a good time with Slane. I think the sound, the further back you get, is fucked up. But
Yeah.
we stood
That's
basically.
difficulty.
We were only a couple of meters away from the sound desk, which is always good. Trying to,
That's the best way
'cause
to
that's where they're fucking training the music for. So try and get yourself in there. Other gigs, who did I see this year? King Kong Company are the best live band in Ireland. Okay. They're not metal, they're like a fucking mashup of rock, electro, dub, hip hop, funk, ska, and they all wear monkey masks, and there's lasers and
And
dancers
fun,
and
yeah.
smoke, and they're playing. They've got gigs now in the Olympia booked for next year, so they've been getting steadily
nice.
bigger and bigger, but like they're awesome. I
That's
fucking
a great
love them.
venue. That's
So
awesome.
saw them in the Academy this year. It was just
Oh, shout out the Academy.
yeah,
One of the
what a
best
venue.
venues ever.
But also saw them in number
Yeah,
7 in Warren Point
Dublin.
in February.
Yeah, you did,
That
yeah.
was they were incredible there too. So there's that. The act that I'm most excited about at the minute. This isn't tied into my gigs of the year, but Versatile are a hip hop duo from Dublin. Don't take themselves too seriously. They call themselves Dublin City G's. The Dublin City gangster rappers. They've got but they've got a sense of humour. So they have a song called Dundee Season that's about stealing dogs, at the park, like putting them in the back of a van and then selling them. So it's kind of a piss take, but it's also not. But it's so fucking
So Dublin.
entertaining and so good. But like as rappers, they're really talented. I think when you hear Dublin rapper, you're instantly like, ooh, fuck, I don't know. But these guys have got real flow, and they're obviously, again, one of the things I've been big into this year is just having fun, right? In terms of the cinema, there was loads of big, stupid movies out this year that were great, and there wasn't too much. At the cinema, it wasn't that serious this year, I didn't feel. Or maybe I just didn't go to anything too serious, but I loved Kingsman, and I loved It, and I loved fucking Kong, and, and Last Jedi, and I just went and had a ball, whereas in music, everything was kind of a bit... So
Yeah, shaky.
So Versatile, I'm really excited about. They are playing next year. I'm going to try and go and see them, because they're fun as fuck. So, Decky, did you go to any gigs?
No,
Just
no,
Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer's
that was-
basically.
fuck, man, that was.
I'd say that was your
I'm
gig
not
budget
sure.
for the year. They were expensive.
To be honest, just the way things operate over in Liverpool, so I got a chance to get to seeing something this year. So yeah, like I was trying to get seeing a few people, like, but no, I'm gonna have to look out for the likes of Meshuggah and Obituary. I want to see them live, but no, yeah, I mean that was awesome. Yeah,
I bet it fucking was.
Do you know, it was I will say this though, like, and I don't know whether to bring this up in the podcast or not, but I was a little bit spooked when I was there, like, because just at that time there was an incident in Manchester that happened at a live gig, and I was a bit
Oh
worried
yeah,
about,
that was this year.
Yeah.
I can't
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. So like I was playing on my mind a wee bit, no, but again, man, it was awesome. Like,
You went and you enjoyed yourself.
great weather and all.
Didn't
You know
let
what
the
I mean?
terrorists win.
No,
Yes.
no, you know what I mean.
Well,
That's the
fair
fact.
enough.
No, but it was playing. It was probably playing with some people's playing. It's good to kind of mention, like I said, it's good,
At that time, especially, it meant even more to be able to enjoy it. I think,
but I remember it was a nice day. Like, I remember just going in and like they played all the best shit.
Did anybody shout Freebird?
I don't know.
There's always one.
I got a good seat somewhere. So here's the other thing: is I had great visualization stuff on the back that was timed so well with the music. Like, it was just
beautiful.
I like that.
And they played for me. They played the opening for Batman Begins, and there was a lot of good moments from like Dark Knight Rises.
Am I right in thinking? Do you have some of this on your Instagram page?
I did actually as well. I put a couple of ones.
Yeah.
Because at that time I'd fuck all on the phone to record. I was able to get a little bit of. There were certain ones that I thought were standouts. Needed to get one for Niall. I needed to record Inception for him, like, because big shout out to Niall, like, he loves Inception soundtrack. But like, as we all love a lot of fucking movie scores, Hans Zimmer's done a lot of good ones, like, but he couldn't put it all in there.
Hell yeah.
Maybe there was one or two that I didn't particularly like, but like that's just what.
That's most gigs, to be honest.
It's
That's gigs.
Yeah. No, there's not much else.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not much else I can really contribute there with that. But no, fucking awesome. Like, so if you ever see him, if you ever get a chance to see it, go just do it.
Yeah, I'd be up for something like that, to be honest. So hasn't been that dire, to be honest. Like, as you said, we've stretched out for the year, but we do have.
It was a good year. I recently just got the Cavalera Conspiracy album, which is good as well. Shout that out. Have you got it? Psychosis. You'll love it. Great. If you like old school Sepultura, like pre-roots Sepultura, you'll really dig this.
Yeah.
So that's when they were proper thrash, nearly black metal sometimes.
Yeah, they were borderline back then, like, yeah.
And before they went
into metal and all, like, oh man.
But I actually Roots. I just love Roots because I'm unashamedly a new metal fan. So I love how important in the development and the history of new metal that album is, and Ross Robinson working on it, and you know they only got him in because he had done Korn and all. So, Roots is a great album, but that Cavalera Conspiracy album,
early Roadrunner album, like, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well then, look, that brings us home to our album of the year is obviously Mastodon at Emperor of Sand. I am sure you have picked that up. We've alluded to it easily 15 times so far in the podcast.
And most of the year.
Yeah, and all year. So it's basically a 10 out of 10 album. It is fabulous.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to work our way up to leaving you with a tune from it, listeners, but we're not really sure what tune we should pick, so I think there's 4 or 5 candidates here. It's
just because it's personal to us.
It's kind of just like personal. So obviously, I think what we need to talk about first is the album opener, Sultan's Curse. Is obvious. Right, tell you what we'll do. What songs are definitely not in the mix
for best
to be played as the outro to this podcast?
Show yourself, sadly, but the video again, it's great for being accessible to the album.
I think that's fair, although I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
I thought the way it opened, we were going to get something like that throughout the whole song, and it just it was okay.
But it still has a massive prog solo in it, which I just love. Like, so, show yourself, okay. The next one, Precious Stones, I don't think is the strongest song on the album.
Same. But again,
it's
still
great.
Yes,
it's great.
It's a great wee bridge.
Every song on it is good. That's the whole point. It's Steam Breather.
Yeah, only because do you know what it was for me? For me at the start that was the song.
It's got so many good moments, but I don't think it's as good overall as some of the other songs.
That's it. It's just a strength in it.
Roots Remain needs to be talked about.
Oh God, yeah.
Word to the Wise probably needs to be talked about.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Ancient Kingdom, I don't think is going to be the tune.
But I keep going back because I keep forgetting about it sometimes, and then I realise they got those fucking chime things going on. Yeah,
I'm not overly.
It's probably the best outro on the album.
They're all incredible, and they're all different and structured and dynamic and layered. And fuck yeah, over an album. We've seen this year that it's been fucking tough.
Yeah.
So what's next? Clandestiny then needs to be talked about.
Oh God, Jaguar God.
We'll talk about Jaguar God, and then what have I missed out then? So Andromeda, I think is epic. I think could be talked about.
Yeah.
Scorpion Breath, not really my favourite tune on the album because I don't really buzz off there when they guest Scott Kelly and. But
yeah, well, again, we even went into even more detail on the first Radio Acre podcast we ever
Yeah.
recorded was
We went balls deep on it.
we had reviewed through everything, so there is extensive more stuff there that we talked about in it. But
So
Just
what
to
does
pick out
that
these
leave us
tracks,
with?
yeah.
So
What have we got
Sultan's
there?
Curse,
Yeah.
Roots Remain, Clan Destiny, and Jaguar God, I think are the
top
four
four, I think.
that we need to fucking...
But then the station, Word of the Wise still
Word to the Wise or Steam Breather could easily be in there
wriggle
too.
in too.
But I think if we're really honest with ourselves, those are the four.
So if you'd made an EP out of this album, those four,
Or if I had it, if I was only allowed to play 4 tunes off it, it would
do those four easily.
probably,
Still a very long EP though.
Yeah,
But-
very long EP. But I mean,
To be fair,
being very honest with myself, those are the four that I've enjoyed the most. But they Show Yourself is up there for me as well because it's like, holy fuck, Mastodon can do this, and sell it so convincingly, but be so
Good feel.
so what's the word, like they haven't had mainstream appeal like that since Curl of the Burl, and Curl of the Burl is a lot less accessible. It was just kind of
it's a class
catchy.
track.
It was just kind of catchy in a really
fun.
fucked up, heavy drop A way that nobody, I think, else comes close to.
No,
So,
definitely not.
but Show Yourself was like they played it on fucking Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh,
Like
it's pretty good.
out at the outside
Out in the weeds,
stage with fucking 10,000 old people there.
The side of a truck kind of thing. Yeah.
So well, maybe not 10, but maybe 2.
Couple good, a fair amount.
Yeah, a fair amount of people. So yeah, well, Sultan's Curse, I could easily sit here and make a case for it as being the tune that we play, because for anybody that hasn't heard it, this will be the first tune that you hear. And it just brings you right. Like as ever, we're here in the Radio Acre studio, and we've got the poster, the cover on the wall. So I'm just sitting here looking at it, and obviously it's a concept album, and it takes you through the story of this character that is cursed. It's obviously a metaphor for cancer, and then it's his travels through the desert and how he deals and accepts with this stuff, eventually meeting the Jaguar God and becoming one with him / dying, whatever way you want to interpret it.
Again,
There's
so Christmas.
Bits in the middle where he fucking calls upon the gods to grant him rain in the middle of this desert, and they don't answer and stuff like this, and he has to deal with that on his own. And so obviously just a lot of metaphors about fucking death and loss going on. So my point is, not to get too wordy on this, but just those opening cymbal fucking ride noises, like they're just fucking, it's so sort of Eastern and otherworldly, and then the riff kicks in and the lyrics are all about sand and rust, and it fucking takes you there, like where I'm pointing at the album cover here. And it's thumping, and then when it breaks down, and then that big massive fucking city destroying size riff that they love, and it's just like, and then solo great as well, just as I say, with the structure, the breakdown, and different riffs coming up. So fuck, I don't know if I've just convinced myself that that's definitely the one we should play now. But
You're selling it, but I'm still here in my head. There's still 2 other names. I'm just like,
so
it to me is either down to Clan Destiny or Roots Remain.
Roots Remain is the one that I assumed
Because of the vocals.
coming into this.
Yeah.
I would talk about, because I love that opening and how, like, when you're standing out on.
Bear in mind, any fucking track off the album is worth listening to.
Yeah, and it's worth listening to in full, start to finish, in order.
Yes,
with headphones.
That's why it gets
Yes.
it stays on that list. It's our
Oh.
favorite.
I just because you guys don't drive, I would definitely, anyone listening as well, for a great driving album, definitely worth it, start to finish. You won't be.
I'm going to say it's me and Pippa's favourite album of this year, Clan Destiny, the favourite track.
Oh god,
Not
yeah.
solo, in my opinion.
Well, Clan Destiny, that solo is just.
It's
Well, even
it's
like
simple.
the
That's what I love about it. It's just
fucking the
simple.
crazy. I would call that a solo,
Mm.
but obviously that's been heavily orchestrated by Bill Kelleher, and then Brent Hines brings you out with a fucking just a nice classic rock solo. I don't know. It's just Clan Destiny is awesome, but I think I love the solos on it. But I just prefer the riffage in other parts of the album. Like just
Well, here, the
with
only
Sultan's Curse, it has riffage. Roots Remain rips. Once that intro breaks.
Declan, if you would so kindly hand me the Magic 8 Ball, we would ask the Magic 8 Ball
Oh, good thinking.
what track should be.
So ask it, should we play it? Well, see, we haven't even talked about Jaguar God, and it's fucking
But
massive.
to be fair, that's in
a lot
its
of
own.
potential.
That's in its own fucking category altogether. To be fair,
like it's up there with Last Banner, and it's one of their most epic. Like, I mean,
just about to say
you know what I mean?
honestly.
It's got all those, like the bridge parts in it. I think are probably my favorite, where it's just the rest of the band drops out and it's just Bill
Like
and
surf
fucking
guitar
Brent
kind of moments.
fucking,
In it. Yeah, I love that.
just and then it's speeding up and
The piano.
Yeah.
The piano.
And this, actually, something that's worth pointing out about the whole album is Brendan O'Brien's synth work and stuff going on in the background and all those little weird noises and whooshes and things. And
probably one of his best produced albums in a
and
long
then
time.
the little chimes and all with fucking what Brand Dealer's doing are just incredible. Like, the drumming on this album is, like, and it's probably his most restrained drum performance ever.
Very
ever.
Point, yeah.
And it still rips. Like, and he's carrying so much of this. He does so much of the singing. And we haven't even talked about that
That's
either.
exactly.
Yeah.
All their vocals are
realize
possibly their best vocal performances so far.
Completely
and there's
agree,
parts
yeah.
where the vocals harmonise, which they've never had before,
Yeah.
which are fucking beautiful wee moments. Like,
Because there are some distracting moments in earlier albums.
Definitely.
Where,
yeah, the vocals
yeah.
are a bit fucking just too crazy, nearly back in Leviathan remission days.
Yeah, but again, to its credit, that's what was needed then. This is different now. This is.
And now they're just like, I think they're just sort of slowly like lifting the curtain on it, and now it's just like, oh yeah, we're actually fucking great singers. Like, so
Yeah, like ridiculously great
what
singers.
Crack This Guy just first started hitting that.
Yeah, the
I think-
seed was planted for that. But,
Yeah.
I think now that that's just been fully realised is that they can be like completely accessible. I think, you know, whereas Crack This Guy was so dense, but it was classic. It wasn't off-putting metal. It wasn't off-puttingly
go back
heavy.
and listen to that.
And
record
so
if you
just.
And we use
I'm
this
so
term a few
impressed
times.
by this
yeah.
one.
It's very accessible to
Yeah.
even
Very broad
yeah.
appeal, yeah.
And there, but yeah, but it's still super heavy. Like, I mean,
Oh,
in
fuck
terms
yeah.
of its content, lyrically, obviously, that's the fucking big thing you have to deal with.
And
when
it's got
listening
that
to it,
talent too, like, so it's going to come across.
Everyone gets a
someday
moment in
when
it. That's what seems to come across in it. No one's really hanging back for too long in certain parts. Everyone creeps in every so often.
Yeah.
You're going to get
Troy
haters too.
especially,
You're going to
yeah.
get people that are going to be refusing to listen to it because it doesn't sound like the stuff that they used to like.
Even Bill's doing backup vocals every so often. More ground, but sure. But at least he's even fucking joining in.
He never sings on record though.
Yeah.
And this is the thing that actually fucking pisses me off because every fucking other day you see in that Mastodon group on Facebook somebody writes in, has Bill ever done vocals? Like, sometimes he fucking does grounds live, yeah, but he's never been on a record, and it's just like,
Fuck, I've been missing.
it's just like, if you can't sing, fucking leave
Yeah,
him
leave him
alone.
alone.
Like, you know,
Fair
he's
point,
already fucking doing loads of the legwork in that band, like, so.
Oh fuck, he lit some again.
And
That
he
is
seems to be
drama,
such a good geezer as well. Like,
doesn't he?
I saw
Yeah.
somebody writing that they'd been talking to him after like a gig in Cardiff or something, and he was from Ireland, like, so he was saying, you know, it's a shame he couldn't get over it, and he was saying like, oh, Bill was actually saying he was fucking annoyed that they weren't playing Ireland, like, and he has Irish roots, so he got these picks made up, like Bill O'Callagher or something is the fucking, I don't think Callagher translates too neatly
No,
into
don't
Irish,
think so.
but that was as close as he could get, so. What else is there to say about it? I mean, Jaguar God could be a fucking epic way to close the show. Could be.
I'd be happy with that. It's on my number
And-
2 though.
I let my ego aside. I'm going to go for
Jaguar
that. Yeah.
Jaguar God, but then is that it? Like, or is Roots remain the one? Because Magic
Shall
8
we?
Ball. So ask. What are we going to ask the Magic 8 Ball? Well, I suppose we should ask the Magic 8 Ball. Should we play Sultan's Curse to play the show? Right now, bear in mind we have to talk about what's coming up in 2018, so it's not going to be on for another 10 minutes. Like, but let's get it sorted now. And then maybe we'll feel different by the end of 10 minutes. So who knows?
So we're going for what? Something's curse here?
Ask it, should we play Sultan's Curse? Well, ask it, should it play all of them?
Should
And
we
we'll just
play-
see,
Just leave
see
the
which is
album
the most strongly positive answer for it.
Right.
So, should we play Sultan's Curse to finish the show?
Wait, oh wait. It says looks like yes.
Looks like yes. Okay, so should we play Roots Remain? Come on, 8 Ball.
Looks like yes.
Oh, is it just stuck now?
Try it one more time.
Yeah, try. So, this is Roots Remain again.
Answer unclear. Ask later.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right,
Fuck
well,
the
ask
8
it,
Ball.
should we play
Jaguar
ask-
God. Fucking keep a Jaguar God.
Jaguar God.
Yeah,
Everyone's
but
happy
fuck
with
the 8
that.
Ball.
Like,
Jaguar God.
and I think my favourite part of it has to be, as I said, those little bridge parts. They're fucking awesome. So, what's coming up in 2018 then that we're excited about, that we can think of?
Tool.
Well,
if it's going to happen.
Yeah, if fucking recent social media is to be believed, the fucking music portion of the Tool record is complete. Tom Morello has heard it, and, you know, all we need now are vocals, so, you know, let's get that fucking done, Maynard. Let's
Machine
get that
Head
out.
and fucking BLS. We've got some stuff coming up.
Good. Good for them.
Who else just finished recording? Mention her. Bullet Valentine finished. Don't know what it's going to sound like. I'll check it out.
Well, Jason Bowl is now a permanent member of the band, so I can't believe that one of the best drummers in the world is fucking full time with Bullet Valentine now. So that's a shame, but I won't be listening to that either way. So
what else you got coming up this year?
Turbo Wolf, the Marmosettes, so two of the fucking coolest, hippest underground fucking bands. But unfortunately, I'm thinking already Marmosettes have gone a bit pop and fucking they're not going to be as mathcore fucking punk intense as they were in their first album. Whatever, that first album still exists, so that's cool. Trying to think what else. Those are the big ones, certainly. There's a lot of rumours about a new Wild Hearts album.
You reckon?
They've just finished an acoustic tour of just Ginger and CJ, which they've never done before, and they both just agreed that they had such a good time on it. So let's just hope. It always just depends, but maybe this is the year now, especially that Scott Sorry's sick. Maybe they'll fucking do something. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm trying to think what else. Is there any rumours of Guns N' Roses recording original material?
I haven't heard any for that, but again, sure was the last thing Axel was doing. He was in AC/DC for a bit, was he not?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I haven't heard anything else, any rumours of that. I'm due other people I'm looking towards. I'm waiting for people like Uncle Acid to throw something out. They've remastered their Volume 1 album and put it out on Spotify again, can be found. Grand, it's good to have there as a bit of canon, but it's not what I've been waiting for.
We
so waiting for the next
must
shit.
be due a new Muse album as well. I was digging that song they put out off it, Dig Down, which the video was basically aliens, so that was great. There was somebody going down somewhere in a lift, there was a flamethrower, it was super aliens.
I do remember one that is due out this year, and so far only a 16-second sample has come out, and it sounds fucking awesome. Firepower by Judas Priest. The new album coming out. That 16-second clip, I'm like, oh, take my fucking money now.
So
give me that.
Maybe
give me that.
16 seconds.
I don't care. It's those 16 seconds. I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. I mean, so again, but they're playing it safe. They're not just going, right, there's a 16-second clip, and then next week there's the track, and then fucking a week later there's the album cover, and a week later after that there's fucking this and that. Holding back a bit, which I like.
Yeah.
Some bands just fucking throw too much shit too often.
It's for spoiled.
It's ripped apart a lot of albums the last couple of years. Megadeth seem to get
too much
timed in a lot of that shit. But they did a good thing was that the digital countdown on the album on the website for a while. Then you had to solve this puzzle using old album covers to reveal the new album cover. I was like, okay, at least they're trying. But I'm sitting there going like, look, don't fuck with me. If you've got the image sitting there, don't make me do the work.
Yeah, just give me.
Give me the fucking. I'll decide and then I'll pay for it. I'll play your game afterwards.
If it's not broke, don't.
Certainly, but no, I had nothing really on my radar for next year because all the big lads have already put out their shit last year. This is the problem. We're stuck in this wee loop at the minute now. So this is going to be the year we have to start looking for some new shit.
Will we get a new Megadeth album? No.
To cut. Well, there's talks of them re-recording Killing My Business.
Right.
Which I want to hear. They could right now, but again, it's not going to be Chris Loudon on the drums, but the new guy Kirk.
He's got a crazy last name.
Yeah. But crazy last name, crazy at playing drums. So I can't wait to hear that kind of shit. And Kiko, oh fuck yeah, he could play that shit to sleep.
Yeah.
I want to hear that.
That Slipknot are going to go back into the studio next November. You don't care.
Not that I care.
But
they
as
need
I
to
say,
make me
they
care.
need to make a statement.
Yeah, they need to make me care again.
This can't be another fucking. Like, I like Great Chapter, but like, this is Slipknot. Like this.
As you said, they did their sin anger. They got the shit out of the way. It's all down on tape. That's moved on. Give us the next shit now.
But it needs to be super dark, super fucked up.
Yeah.
It needs to make a statement. I think a double concept album.
Scratchy shit. We need all that back. IDM stuff.
Like that, fucking jungle beats. Like, fucking,
that's what's
more
like,
beer
loads
cakes.
Of craziness.
Where's
loads
beer
of
cake
craziness.
solo?
Loads of fucking just sheer madness. Because like Corey Taylor's not going to be able to scream forever either.
This is probably the last screaming album.
He needs to fucking put that. It's the same as Dave Grohl.
He's a dad now.
What was the Foo Fighters album that I loved? It was before Sonic Highways, Wasting Light.
Oh yes.
White Limo and all, and Dave
Brilliant.
Grohl was just like, look, I just realised, one morning, like, I'm not going to be able to scream forever, so, wrote White Limo, and it's just like, excellent. Like, this sounds like,
nothing but
it sounds like obviously the music's a bit more tempered, but like the vocals in that record in places sound like, the old hardcore bands that Dave Grohl used to do, and like the likes of that, and
like Fear and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like Fear and Bad Brains influences, and like just mad fucking scream
Robot
vocals and
was again.
yeah, Probot was great, but just to hear it on Foo Fighters record was just next level. You just like Dave Grohl is punk till he dies, like, and that's awesome. So yeah, 2018. I don't know. Because I am saving, I won't be buying tickets to go all over the show, but I did treat myself to a Moira Mazzette's ticket. Just literally just bought myself one. I'm just going to go on my own. Fuck everybody.
Wow.
I've got BLS in April with Conor Murphy, and we're trying to get tickets for Annihilator and Testament. Also, I think March time, around that time anyway. That seems to be the time for bands.
Sure they're going to go down and see that.
Fucking definitely worth it. Anyone that hasn't already seen them, fucking, you're wasting your own time when not going to see them. Definitely worth it. So I haven't really seen many gigs advertised ready for next year.
I don't think I have either.
No.
But yeah, I couldn't help myself. I was sitting looking on the computer and like tickets are on sale now, and like these are probably going to sell out. So I don't think it did sell out in the end, but it will. So I just figured with the new singles sounding kind of poppy, it's just like if I want to see them even performing any of the heavy stuff ever, it needs to be now. So hopefully, like there's some like it's a front woman, and it was I think it was came out in 2013 or 14, but it was the most punk album of that year. It was really like heavy in places, and she was shredding her fucking vocal cords, like real just fucking dirty sound. But they have these fucking awesome pop melody tunes as well, like that should have been like were actually pretty big crossover hits. Were big on Radio 1, but then I'd say anybody that heard Captivate You on Radio 1 and then looked up Is It Horrible on the fucking album was like, whoa, no
stark difference.
Yeah, but when they fucking rip like fucking sounds like Dillinger Escape Plan or something. It's mad. But so I'm psyched for that. Turbo Wolf will blow us all away again. There's no doubt about it. Like,
that's a given.
Stuff, is it?
What's that?
What kind of stuff is that?
Turbo Wolf is more like what are Turbo Wolf? It's like fucking voodoo punk metal. It's like hard rock, but there's this is tough.
They bridge a lot of different things.
Riffy, definitely. Right. Have you ever heard of a band called Death from Above 1979? No.
Sounds very familiar.
They were...
Put this way, just check out the tune Solid Gold by Turbo Wolf. That's enough.
Yeah,
it'll get you hooked enough.
Or Let's Die is a great introduction to them as well. They're kind of like a psychedelic prog thrash punk.
I was thinking about aggressive stuff, but I wasn't sure.
But it's very well structured and poppy as well in places. They just they do a bit of everything, and as I said, super psychedelic. They've got a great sort of aesthetic going on. I don't know, they're just...
Singer's eccentric.
It's fucking... Good. It's hard, but
is that the
loads of fuzz riffs. Lots and lots and lots of very fuzzy riffs.
Fuzz heavy.
Hard-hitting drums. Fucking lovely thumping bass lines. Crazy electronics. There's just so much going for it. It's all wrapped up in a nice visual package as well.
In a big bow.
Like, again, the way the aesthetic was completely consistent on the Mastodon album, and the lyrics and everything just kept bringing you back out to that cover image, and just...
Will our New Year's resolution this year be to, okay, we've mentioned Mastodon in nearly every podcast, we might have to try and move on now. We've crowned it the album of the year. We started off with it. We need to see if someone can beat this next year now. I think that's the task. If someone can beat...
Well, something has... Yeah, well, see, for me, the problem has been that I never liked Mastodon, and then just in January of this year, I just like, fuck this, I'm sick of not liking Mastodon. Like, because all you ever see in the press is like 10 out of 10, 5 stars, unbelievable, and it's like, right, look, what am I not getting here? Like, am I the problem? So I just kept exposing myself to it, and I fucking had to fiddle about with the settings and VLC player to make it sound just the way I like it.
Tweak it, yes.
I had to be real fucking anal about it.
So we can hear properly.
Yeah, but then just when you get it just nice, like, and
I think this is our challenge now for...
But something needs to come along.
Something needs to find
for me to discover Blood Mountain, The Hunter, Once More Around the Sun, fucking Remission, Leviathan, Crack the Sky, all in 1 year, like, that's going to take some big...
That's what
I'm saying, from January, just fucking...
He absorbed all that shit. Yeah, it's brutal.
Horse and Leg, one track, man. Leviathan.
Yeah, class. I really, really like
Mother Puncher.
I was going to do music video.
I like, well, there's one off, is it Trainwreck on Remission? Is fucking incredible. What were we going to do a thing on?
I was going to do a music video with Hearts Alive. and I like my martial arts stuff, right? And the way it climbs, it gets more like it's very speedy for a long period of time. It just fitted a lot of cool
strikes and shit.
Yeah, man. I was thinking of a particular series of martial art movies. It was like, I can On Back. That's what it was. I was gonna. It was the third one. It's all. It's set way back, like a couple of 100 years ago. Like, looking at this fucking warrior, like he's just like really battling these people. Like. So as the song just climbs, I'm like, oh, do you know what you're doing? Like making music videos and shit.
But he's compact.
It's an idea. Never really made anything out of it because it's such a long song. You know, where do you stop the line? Where do you stop here? You know, whatever.
But just think, he had compacted all of those quality tunes in one kind of sizable bite. It was about a space of about a month at the most. Like,
so
it took ages because there was ones that I didn't like and I couldn't get. Like I still don't fully get the buzz about Crack the Sky, but Blood Mountain I think is their masterpiece. I think the way there's sort of like there's things that keep on giving to you about it, and there's only one thing I only sort of noticed really the other day and it really struck me. It was like, it's a concept album.
Yeah.
So I was listening to it just before bed, like, and then when Sleeping Giant starts. And it's just like all that slow, droney stuff before it kicks in, and they're just like, oh, fucking, it's like them fucking tiptoeing around a load of sleeping giants trying not to fucking wake these things up, and the way the rhythm. But then I was reading a reviewer, very, very sharp insight, I thought, was like, the way the fucking tempos keep changing, the rhythms keep moving, like in The Wolf is Loose and all, it's like, like you're climbing up a mountain, and the footing, the basis keeps changing.
Hand of Stone off that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so Hand of Stone, Siberian Divide, and then again Siberian Divide closes it up, and then you have that long, trippy Floyd-esque tune, that Pendulous Skin. So, I could but I think as well that The Hunter is a very underrated album.
It is.
I think it's a scientific fact that The Hunter itself is Brent Hines' best solo, because that's the song that he wrote for his dead brother, who just died in a fucking freak accident or something before they wrote that album.
Yeah, it was fucking rough.
So that's class. Curl of the Pearl, what a fucking
Sparrow
anthem.
and Speculate.
Black Tongue is fabulous as well. Speculate, you mentioned, their class.
Always loved Sparrow closes it, doesn't it?
Sparrow closes it, yeah. So I got all that this year. Like, that was
music videos, you fucking everything to go through. It was.
So you binged on them pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much, binged them out, got through it all, and like, there's so much to fucking digest. It's really awesome. Most of it's on fucking Emperor Sand. I find like there's still just things I just like. I seen somebody writing into that fucking group on Facebook the other day about a little breakdown or something or a bridge in Ancient Kingdom, and I was like, someone I haven't listened to that one in a while, because if I'm only out in the evenings for like a 10-minute walk or whatever, or wherever I'm going, like pack in a couple of tunes for ages, I was just going Steam Breather, Roots for Me, and Word to the Wise. And then sometimes I like to do Andromeda, Scorpion Breath, Jaguar God. That's
just do that bridge, yeah.
But just all these wee bits and all these things, and the fucking hats off to them for making of videos. I'm psyched to watch the full documentary now. Some morning fucking hanging over Christmas, and I don't know, they're just on a different level. The other bands, like, there's no pussyfooting around that fact. Like,
they seem to have the great fucking
and they seem to be able to keep themselves not too seriously as well. Like, they're laughing all their interviews and all, and it's just like, you don't get, like, with a band like Tool, it's just like, what are them fucking dickheads doing? Put an album out, like. Whereas with Mastodon, like, I don't know, they just seem much more approachable. Like, I love how Bill Kelleher's a fucking massive Star Wars nerd. I love how stupid the drummer. Did you see he put out that video about he has to stay pumped or something?
Yeah,
he was just fucking being an absolute maniac for about 3 minutes.
I know, fucking.
He was wearing a rainbow wig and all.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it was madness. It was a laugh. It's hard to actually explain what it was really about.
Actually, did you not share that?
I could have, yeah.
It's up there with the Zach Wild videos to keep coming out every couple of days. Just perfect. Always brighten your day out.
So that was 2017 then, basically.
2017.
I don't think there's much left to say, is there?
I don't think there is, to be honest. I think it was positive enough as we've gone through, and we do have. Notably, there are a few bands still coming out next year, but again.
Well, the Fever album, which I mentioned earlier, and
Turbo Wolf,
Turbo Wolf, Marmoset. So there's some of the coolest bands in the world back. Maybe, oh fuck, Miles Kennedy solo album. Year of the Tiger.
Is it out soon or?
There's a single out from it already, which I haven't heard yet because I'm saving.
You know, yeah.
Fucking dickhead. But sorry, it's just how I operate. I think that's going to be big. I think the man has a lot of talent. Like, so to hear him in a non-strictly fucking metal context is going to be interesting. So probably going to be acoustic-y numbers and bluesy bits and jazz. He's a fucking exceptionally talented jazz guitar player. Did you know that? So
bring it on. Well,
there's going to be all kinds of influences there.
This year now as well, we'll do our best with comments and suggestions from others as well here for what other things or genres we're maybe missing out on, and trying to get a few more people like that and stuff here that jump in whenever they can and broaden things out here a wee bit more. So that's something to do for next year.
If it doesn't pan out, I mean, you will just keep
we'll be here doing
We'll
ourselves.
just be doing that anyway, yeah.
Don't you worry.
We'll try and spice it up every now and then. That's what you're telling me. Well, I'll be fucking reporting back. I'd love to get tickets to see Versatile. As I say, they're just so much fucking fun. We Sell Brown. What a tune. It's
We Sell Brown.
About selling heroin.
Of course.
Double rappers, yeah.
Yeah, that's those guys. So that's great. I wonder will we get new music from the Rubber Bandits this year? Like a new album.
You keep me up to date, but I'm not going to check
you
myself.
up to date with that. I wonder would King Kong Company put out a new album? That dance, that electronic act that was talking about. Is there anything big that we're missing out on? Is there anything there's a new U2 album out, isn't there?
I don't know.
That doesn't seem to have made
any
impact.
To me, I just thought
it was weird.
I thought they were just like a retro act, legacy act, yeah.
Well, no, but like their last album was dead on and off, but
it's not that the one everyone got for free, whether they want it or not.
Yeah. The only reason that I came to really enjoy it,
that got a bit blown out of proportion, to be honest.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Here's a free album.
Jay-Z, I think, did the same thing with that.
But his counted towards his fucking album sales, which was bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolute bullshit.
Just because he
went platinum within like 2 days or something for some record.
Did Radiohead put out an album this year?
I don't know. They seem to be in
they
with
did,
Patrick's this
They
year.
and Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack to Planet Earth 2 or Blue Planet 2.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Great shout if anybody hasn't seen it.
They've had that out, but
some Tom York stuff. But no, I'm just thinking. I think it was the year before. Sorry.
Well, look, we've gone through an awful lot for this year, to be honest. I'm actually surprised that there actually have been some great moments beyond what I've had on my page. To be honest, I thought that was generally about it. I'm glad they've heard some suggestions for yourself, what to avoid as well from both of us here.
He's either just come out or is coming out literally straight away in January. He's Atomic Bitchwax album as well, so that'll be some great fucking stoner rap right there.
Fuck with
loads of underground stoner rap came out this year, but you just can't listen to all that. Like,
no, there's only so much you can digest, to be honest. Yeah.
So many people into that, like on YouTube and stuff, and bands like
and that's the issue
Mothership and
music.
all.
There's so much out there.
Yeah, so much, man.
So at least we're able to give some people out there like a good guide.
I'm interested in hearing what you're going to be listening to.
Well, where else
would
you hear about Skunk Volcano and the Eruptions?
Only here.
Only here.
I think only here is right.
To be fair, why not they close out? No, we'll get Jaguar God to close out.
Knobhead, song of the year. No, well, that's fair enough then. Thank you very much for listening. If you've come this far, we'll be back in 2018 with more I was going to say metal podcast there, but it's not a metal podcast strictly. It's a Radical music podcast. I've been Dónal Daly.
I've been Conor Maguire.
And thanks very much. I've been Declan Maguire.
And we'll see you later. Good luck.